Hello, hello. Welcome to
Hello.
the premier speedrunning podcast thing. Definitely.
Yep.
I think that's what we're going to rename it. Premier Speedrun Podcast. It's probably a good idea
Yes.
because we're on episode 29. Haven't missed a week yet. Can we reach a year? Place your bets now, I guess. Anyway, Nebula's here today. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing this on such short notice. I had a cancellation like yesterday, so
Yeah, you're
clutching
good.
up a little bit. We love to
Yeah.
see it.
Yep.
Anyway, so Mario 1. It's a game.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a game. We
Yes.
happen to both play it.
hmm
So that could be a good talking point. Is that what you started with?
I get. All right. It's really interesting. Officially yes, but somewhere hidden on like my second YouTube account, which I'm never revealing.
Hmm.
I'm never revealing that. I actually don't know if it's deleted, but I know somewhere I had a like I think in like 2018 or something. I was just messing around and I did a SMB3 any percent run that ended up being like 4 minutes and 3 seconds. That was the first time I ever recorded a speed run before. And I never like I kept it unlisted. I never well actually no, it is public technically, but I don't think anyone will find it. If they do, well now that I said that they're gonna find it, but
It's
I
possible.
don't at this point I really don't care anymore.
Interesting start with Mario 3 any%, with the whole technical arbitrary code execution bullshit.
Yeah.
But
And it was on Switch too. It wasn't even on console or
oh yeah, it
emulator or
works on
anything.
Switch. That's right.
Yeah.
And when you screw it up, it just gives you the pop up an error has occurred and crashes your NES online
Yep.
thing. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's cool that arbitrary code can work between different systems like that. Because I know, like,
Yeah.
with Mario World, like,
Yeah, I was just about to
that's
say
weird.
I kept trying to do like the cloud glitch because like I know the orb glitch works. I kept trying to do the cloud glitch. I'm like, why the hell isn't this working? And then I only found out years later like, oh, it just doesn't work. It was just patched.
Yeah, well, I don't even think it's patched. I think, like, where the code tries to look when you run arbitrary code is different on, like, the emulated versions. Like, it's literally
Really?
console exclusive. Something like that. I'm no expert in this field, so I wouldn't take what I say as fact, but it's something like that.
That's
At least
fair.
something similar to that. But yeah, it just it just doesn't work. It's funny.
Yeah.
So good that SMB3 does. Although I feel like that compared to Mario World is a lot less complicated.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mario World you can just it I don't know. That game is too broken for me to
You can do
understand.
you can do anything. You can,
Quite
as
literally.
Cosmic showed, you can run Mario 1 in it.
You can run Mario 1 in it. You can God, what have they showed? Well, Mario 3 had the big showcase too of arbitrary code, and that actually did quite a bit of cool stuff.
Really? I don't think I've seen that yet.
Really? All right.
Mm-mm.
I wonder how old it is now actually, but it was pretty popular TAS.
I've,
They faked like a when you run the arbitrary code using the same like 7.1 stuff, you like they load a fake backdoor and then suddenly like Color Dinosaur starts playing and then you get all these custom power-ups and you can like play the actual game. It
what? Oh, wait, what?
yeah. It,
Oh, I shouldn't be too surprised.
really not. Once arbitrary code is a thing, like you can just do fucking anything, but
Yeah,
it's crazy to see that coming out of an NES, I guess. Like Mario World makes a
yeah,
little more sense, especially with how even more broken Mario World is in that sense. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
Snake and Pong, I remember that one. But I swear they've done like crazier things. I know I saw the Mario 1 thing, but what am I
yeah.
trying to think? What else have they done?
The craziest one I remember, I think it was the first one I saw. It's kind of off topic, but it was a Pokemon Yellow one for the Game Boy Color. That one will
Yeah.
always be my favorite one. They played a part of SpongeBob on it.
Is that the How Does He Do That one? I've
Yes,
seen that then,
yes,
yeah.
that one.
God. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one is really good. It plays Mario in that one.
Yeah, it plays Mario Deluxe.
Yeah. Except it like speeds up really quickly.
Yep.
God. Yeah, that's a really good one. And again, that's
Mm,
crazy. That's coming out of a Game Boy Color.
yeah.
So, which
I
I
feel.
mean, it is more powerful than the Game Boy, but still not like
I mean, I guess, yeah, but I feel like
still cool.
I'm surprised it didn't break. I feel like it would have just exploded by that point or something. I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
how does he do that, honestly? Yeah, arbitrary code stuff is crazy.
Yeah,
Flappy Bird.
they use
Have
it.
they done that? Man, there's so many of those tasks. There's like the
Mm,
Brain Age one that was funny, and Mario World 3.
yeah.
And recently they have the Mario 1 one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was uploaded on April Fools, but technically,
Oh,
well,
oh, yeah. Well, does it work? Does it work?
it involves cartridge swapping. So
Oh,
it's not like real, but you can like load. I forget what cause. I don't know what causes it again, but yeah, you can like load the letter levels, kill a Bowser, and then as you're like killing the Bowser, you can swap the level you're in from like N2 or whatever it is to 8-4, and then Peach shows up, and then it's like technically it's an arbitrary code execution run of Mario 1, but it's just not
great.
in the sense that would make it legitimate in the same way as other games
Please
would have it.
link, please link that to me after this because I need to watch that.
Yeah, I'll find it. I know the guy that made it, so I should be able to find it pretty easily. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure like I know it was uploaded on April Fools. I'm
Yeah.
sure it has like an official like task videos page that would like explain like exactly the technical details that I can't because I'm dumb. But
No,
yeah,
you're good.
it's a fun watch. I'll definitely find it.
Yeah.
But if anyone else can find it, like yeah, check that out. It's interesting, even though it's not like fully what you'd expect from an arbitrary code run.
I
Speaking of,
think
there it
both just
is.
found it. Yep, you just found it. Or she just found it.
Uh, uh, I have like this Twitch feature where if you highlight a link, it like shows a little preview, but it doesn't get me to the information in the description that would explain it. So rip.
Oh,
And if I try to click on it, it'll probably break my internet, knowing how OBS is connected. So
oh God.
yeah. Anyway, so it's interesting that you started with like an arbitrary code thing. Like, how'd you find out about that?
Um, I, I'm pretty sure it was from. I think it was from Summoning Salt where he talked about I guess SMB3 any percent no wrong warp and then just kind of skewed off to any percent wrong warp. I saw them just like I wonder if I could do that. And I started looking up tutorials, and I found I found an easy way to do it. And after like 20 minutes of trying, like it took me like for the first time, it took me 20 minutes of just like carefully looking at my screen, just being like, is that in the right pixel? I can't tell. And then after like 20 minutes, I did it, and then it just worked. I just kind of freaked out. I was like, I can do that? What the? Oh my god!
Yeah, it's crazy, specifically that one, how like easy it actually is. If you do like the super consistent strategies and you know what the pixels look like. Like it'll
Yeah.
work every time.
Mm,
But to do it fast, then you have to do a bunch of complicated BS that I don't know. I don't get all that, but yeah, it's a
yeah.
cool trick and it's really not that bad. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
so was that salt video then your like introduction to speedrunning then?
Kind of, yeah, I'll be honest. That along with like, summoning salt and bismuth. I guess I'm just part of that. I'm part of the group of runners who started because of them, really. I
Hmm.
didn't start submitting runs till, well, I didn't start seriously submitting, well, seriously, I didn't start submitting runs until, February 2020.
Hmm.
Like before then I was doing a lot of
Right before
practice
COVID
and stuff.
started.
Yeah, basically, it couldn't
Yeah.
have been a better time. Um, yeah, before that I was honestly just practicing. Like I basically grinded SMB like SMB 1 any percent on my like I started on my 3DS,
Oh,
the
great.
3DS Virtual Console. I wish I was kidding. And then I switched to my Switch because I finally got Nintendo Online.
Hmm.
So then I was like, okay, well let me just try on there. And then after a few months of that, I was like, okay, well, let me see if I can try my first FPG on it. And this is while I'm using the Switch in docked mode on a really bad LCD TV, so I have like 6 or 7 frames of delay.
Lovely.
Yeah. After like an hour of trying, I managed to somehow I segmented it, and then an hour after that, I managed to get it with D5O.
Hmm.
I kind of popped off.
Yeah.
Mm,
It reminds me of, so I started on emulator, but my computer was really bad at the time. I probably had like closer to 10 frames of input lag. I don't know how I did that. I
really?
got like 457 on that before I switched to console, and I did hit FPG like early 2018 when I still used it.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, it's a funny story I like telling, but I went to GDQ in 2018, HGDQ, and I got to play on consoles. And it's like, oh, why am I suddenly like so good at this game? Suddenly so much more consistent. And I also had like Cosmic try out how I played because I brought my laptop with me. And he was like, "Yeah, you can't do this anymore." And then he gave me a
No.
dazzle and said, "Switch to console." I was like, "Okay."
Oh.
Best decision of my life, but because yeah, it is, do not play the game with input lag. Like
No.
even like Wii VC with 1 frame and like, or like RetroTink on certain monitors with like 1 frame, it can be hard. It's an adjustment, even 1 frame. So anything more than that is just why.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised how I was expecting the when I tried the Wii VC, I was expecting it to have like 5 frames or something because I know,
Yeah.
well, I think the first thing I tried was Super Mario 64, but I know that has basically built-in delay.
It
Um
does.
but yeah, but I saw that the Wii Virtual Console had like 1 frame of delay, so I was just like, okay, this is basically the delay I have on emulator, but I'm playing it on a
Mm.
console. It felt really, really weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me like a couple days alone to get used to it. And then once I did, like then I started to do full runs.
Yeah, it's an adjustment, and even if it's just 1 frame, you still have to
Mm,
adjust to it. And like that's just how Mario 1 is. It's funny.
yeah,
So playing with anything more than that, I don't know. I don't know how I do it, how others do it.
yeah.
Don't do it. Not worth it. Although,
Mm-mm.
so that was Wii VC is like 1 frame delay on a CRT. So
Yeah.
when I was, I think had trying to remember the TVs I had growing up because I wonder what the delay I would have had to deal with was back then, but I just don't remember what kind of models they were. Because we had like
I
some
don't
wide 16 by 9 TV, but it was technically a CRT. It was enormous.
really.
Yeah. So did I play Wii VC like stretched out horribly? Is that what that means? I don't remember. God, I need to remember this
I
shit.
I oh god, I remember. Oh my, so I the TV I grew up with, I had a CRT when I was like really really little, and then like somewhere in 2008 or something, my parents got an LCD, and that was right around the same time where I got my my Wii.
Hmm.
Um, I for like 10 years or something, I had no idea that the that you can change the aspect ratio of your Wii.
Oh
So
no.
for 10 years, I didn't even realize this until like when I was like 18 or something. I could like the whole time it was in 4:3, stretched to 16:9, and then like when I finally started, actually no, it wasn't when I was 18. It was when I was like 20 because
Oh
I didn't
my.
find out until I started doing Wii Sports Resort speedruns.
Hmm.
And then I looked into the settings. I'm like, wait, I can do I can do that? Oh
So
my
for
god.
over a decade, it was just
It was just
improperly stretched.
yes.
That.
I now know that I now know to because I use my CRT for Wii and for my Wii and stuff now. I put it back to 4:3, and I don't
Hmm.
think I've ever like I was so surprised how just absolutely little delay the Wii had, even wireless,
Hmm.
on the CRT. It's like basically nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that
CRTs just have no delay really
yeah that
or anything.
that shocked me basically.
Hmm. It's wild how well they work in that regard. Um,
Yeah.
and what? Yeah, everything up till the Wii could was like default like composite
Mm,
hookups, so it hooks up pretty easily. And
yeah.
once it reached HD though. Obviously, that's HDMI, LCD screen, whatever's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes they're not too bad. But they're always gonna be not be anything a CRT could be.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but
Yeah.
that's how it
I like
works.
even with modern. Oh, I haven't tried super modern LCDs, but I still haven't found anything that like was able to come super close to a CRT.
Hmm.
I could be proven wrong because like I'm getting a new TV in a few days or so, so
Mm,
that might prove me wrong.
maybe. Yeah. I've always really, in terms of like speed running, I've always been played on like CRT or
Yeah.
games that use it. So I don't really know. I guess I've tried Odyssey once, but
Mm.
yeah, I guess that could have been bad. But I wasn't like good at the game. I just did like a 12-hour challenge, so I don't know to the extent how bad input lag was. I guess so.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like I'd have to like play, or does is there like input delay? Like if you put a switch on a CRT, could you like play Mario 1 and would the input delay be bad still? How does the switch work? That would answer
Wait,
my
what was that?
question of how like native input lag is on the Switch. I was wondering about like Switch input lag.
Oh my God. Um, whenever I try to play SMB1 on it, I always try to play on it in docked mode now, or at least just not docked mode, sorry,
Undocked.
undocked mode. Yeah. That delay is like 3 or 4 frames or something.
That's still a lot. Wow.
It is surprisingly.
So I don't. But yeah, my question. I doubt you know the answer. Is just something I wonder. Is like that input lag native to the console, or is that like the emulator having delay?
I'm I want to guess native to the. I'm gonna say that's native to the console because at least with Mario 64, I tried it. Never again. That was the I tried
Hmm.
playing Mario 64 on the Nintendo Switch Online. That was probably the worst. That it was way worse than Wii VC. That was the worst experience I've ever had.
Hmm.
I couldn't even finish a single 16-star run.
Yeah. Well, that you because I assume you're using like a pro controller or something, and you don't have notches. That already just makes things hard, and then you're
Well,
doubled with like the everything else.
that is true, yeah. However, like even when I play Mario, like my when I got my 1852 on emulator, I have it right here. I played with this Xbox One controller and it doesn't have notches either. So
Mm-hmm.
having no notches in general really isn't an issue for me.
I
It's
guess not.
it was the delay. It was like eight frames or something. It was
Oh, good
horrible.
God.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
if it's
the
even worse delay than like NES had, that is probably an emulator, like their built-in emulator thing, and not a native console thing. I'll have to ask. Now
maybe
I'm curious. I'll have to ask like someone who knows more about the Switch because
yeah, that might be a
I
good
could
idea.
probably, if I ever like run a game on the Switch, I could find a way to reduce the input lag then.
Mm,
But as a retro person, maybe that just would never happen, and I don't have to worry about it. Who knows?
mm.
Maybe I'm just stressing about things that'll never matter.
Eh,
That's how life works, I guess. But
pretty much, yeah.
anyway,
Hmm.
so Mario 3 hidden in the depths of YouTube. So when
Yes.
did the true start begin then?
Um, so the true start began around, I'd say, late, no, early 2019. I
Hmm.
had just seen, well, I had saw Cosmix 455.913 literally days before Somewhat took it back. Like I remember just finding it and then trying to find it a few days later and it said former world record. I was just like, I swear that's the world record. What happened? And I looked it up, and then someone beat him. It's like, are you really that fast? I didn't know that was a month ago because I don't know, I just didn't bother to look.
Yeah.
Um, but then yeah,
That
like a
record did
couple.
not last that long, really.
No, like I thought wasn't it only like a month
It
or
wasn't
something?
even. It was like 28 days or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it was like around January, a couple months later, where I was like, what if I try that? And then like that's when I decided to look it up on the 3DS. And I bought it, tried it out. Um, it worked. Though you could tell I could tell it was slightly different unless I was like crazy like lucky or something. Sometimes whenever I tried BBG, not only would I get like line of ones, I would also
Hmm.
just completely glitch out Mario's sprite.
That is not normal, I don't think.
That might be a 3DS only thing. I don't know. But I managed to have it happen a couple times. Um, and then around the time Taven got world record in August or so, I switched to I switched to Switch,
Hmm.
um, and then I just became more consistent with that, and then it was around early like I said February 2020 where I finally decided to actually record and submit some runs.
Hmm.
My first submitted run was a it was like I think it was a 25.442 one minus Fire Mario run.
Hmm.
Um, at the time I just wanted a run that had like no mistakes in it, which was just me grabbing the mushroom somewhat fast, grabbing the fire flower without falling down, while clipping in the block a little bit, and then running to the end.
Hmm.
And that was basically it. And then my first I did a few more of those, and then my first like real any percent run was a 506 on the Nintendo Switch.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So that's like 505 NES timing, because
pretty
that's
much.
flat
Yeah.
60 versus 60.09 of native NES console.
Mm,
I mean, that's a good first submitted run. That's better than my first submitted run, and my first submitted run is not something I would have done in modern day. I'm more of an advocate
mm,
of like starting slow and building up that way, so you can just get all the
yeah.
free PBs and feel good about yourself. But yeah, my first submitted run was 509.
Pretty really.
Yeah, with like 500 attempts and
Oh
actually
wow.
I went for sub 5 immediately. Don't do that, by the way. Not a good
Oh
idea.
no, don't do that.
I did not know the strategies yet, like
Mm,
on how to run optimally. I was just like, let's go for sub 5 immediately.
yeah.
No. Start slower for the sake of your sanity anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway, 506 on Switch, pretty good.
Mm, yeah.
And then how long did you play on Switch then?
Okay, so the first like I'd say the first 4 months of my spearning or so wait, yeah, all right. So yeah, the first 4 months or so are like me just experimenting with different things, seeing what works and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, I like did switch for about a month or so, and then after that I switched to well, actually not even a month really. It was like 3 weeks or something, and then after that I had swapped to um I swapped to emulator because I had gotten a like a by then I had gotten a 5 flat.300
Hmm.
on Switch. And I noticed that it would have been sub 5 had I played on emulator, excuse me, emulator or
Console.
uh, on console. So I was like, okay, I don't like Switch anymore because I lost point 5 and I lost sub 5. Let's switch to emulator, and I switched to FCEUX. Not playing on keyboard, but I played on not this one exactly, but I played on an Xbox One controller.
Mm.
Um, don't do that. That's
Yeah, don't
bad.
do that.
I didn't even use the joystick. I used the freaking D-pad.
Well, I
It
mean,
was not.
that makes more
I mean,
sense
it
technically.
works, but
Yeah,
uh,
I wouldn't have done that.
yeah. Um. So after like a little bit of that, I think it was. I don't remember the day. It was probably like March 24th or something. But I finally got sub 5. I got 459 at like 39, not 3. It was 939. I remember exactly.
Hmm.
Um. And then I was like, all right, cool. Maybe emulator's the thing for me. Um. But this was back when like I was playing him like on my family computer with the really bad display,
Hmm.
and it was like so bad I couldn't record or anything. So I was basically pointing my phone camera at my computer screen, just trying to capture it. It was horrible. After a little while of that, I was just like I think it was after like I don't know how long it was, but I after that I was like, okay, this isn't fun. Let's go back to Switch, and
Hmm.
I did that for a little bit. Um, and then like a month after that or so, I was like, okay, let's just go all out. I'm gonna go get an NES console.
Mhm.
Because Spiker had actually gifted me a. Do I still have it? No, it's at my parents' house. He gifted me his triple card. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, let me just go ahead and get a console then. I'll just go all out. And by all out, I mean, of course, play on my LCD TV, which is going to have 6 frames of delay. But at the time, I thought this was like everything. I thought, oh my god, I'm playing on a console. It has no delay. Wow, I thought like this was the best thing ever at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that was in May, and then by June I had finally worked my way up to a like I got a couple 458s, and then in June I got a 457.627, which was a 2 pattern while losing a
Mhm.
frame on axe.
Well, you have to like jump high for that pattern, so I guess it makes sense. I
Yeah.
lost 2 frames on Axe when I had to dodge that pattern in a run.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Yeah. It
Sacrifices
was.
you have to make sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but the crazy thing is, I didn't even know it was A2. At the time, I just naturally jumped really early, which was a horrible habit of mine to do, but
Hmm.
apparently that time it paid off.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that pattern in particular, you have to jump early to not die.
Yeah.
Unfortunate pattern. The
I
meme,
mean,
the
yeah.
meme pattern. Yep.
Mm.
So all of that was done on console,
All that was done on console on
but
my LCD
yeah.
controller. I had actually gotten a like, so I didn't immediately jump from like 459.9 to 458. I had actually got a 459.367 on Switch,
Hmm.
which was basically a
Yep.
Well, actually, it probably was. Oh no, yeah, it was 939. But yeah, I got a 367 on Switch. Was essentially like a 458.8 something or 7 something. I don't remember.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I got that, and then I was like, okay, well, I guess that's 458 to Switch. Let me go to console. That's basically why I went to console. I
Yeah.
kept losing second barriers because of the time difference.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
Not fun. I'm glad I never had to deal with that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if you've just been playing on emulator and console, you're like your entire career, you're lucky. You're fine.
Yep. Never have to deal with the stuff that comes with frame rate differences.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people that played on Wii VC back in the day, because
Oh
that's
God.
even because so NES is 60.09, so like 60.1 if we're
Yes.
gonna round.
Yeah.
Something like Switch is 60 flat, and then Wii
Mhm.
VC is this lovely like 59.9 something or whatever.
It's worse than that. It's 59.824.
Oh, that's so much worse.
It's horrible. It's so bad.
So, and people have like gotten world records on Wii VC. Yeah, don't do
Yeah, I
that.
don't. Yeah, no.
Do not do that. You lose so much time. And I mean, like back in the day before Switch and stuff, like Wii VC was the only other method you could really use unless you had original hardware. So
I mean,
it's
yeah,
just what you
that's
had to deal
true.
with. And I just feel
Yep.
so bad for them back then.
Mm.
Because Switch is already bad.
Yeah, Switch is already bad enough. Like signage and basically, he got 459.979, but then because of the frame rate loss, it got rounded up to 456.4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
don't
unfortunate,
don't
but
do that. Don't run on
yeah,
Switch.
I don't even. Oh my god! Don't. Yeah, please don't run on Switch. Just run on console or emulator. Oh my god.
Well, if you want, okay, hold on. If you want to get good, don't run on Switch. If you want to just play for speedrun for
Oh
fun,
yeah,
go ahead. Like, not trying to
yeah,
gatekeep, I guess. Just
yeah. That's
be
fair.
wary of frame rate differences. It is a factor to think about. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes, just got to throw that out there.
Mm.
So, so you played on, you got PBs on console for a while. When did you
hmm
like realize the TV was not optimal?
Um. Surprisingly enough, it wasn't really a choice for me. It was the fact that I was moving. I was
Oh, I
moving.
see.
Yeah. At the time, I was moving into my dorm room at like my the when I was going to university, when I
Mm-hmm.
was like when I was 18 and 20, like August 2020, I would have actually kept playing on console if I really like wanted to. Like I bought an EverDrive. Worst
Hell yeah.
investment ever.
Oh.
Well, all right, it was a good investment, but for me it wasn't a great one because I got it like 3 weeks before I left,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been playing on emulator since then. So like
Rip.
it's a good investment for me. Just it's different.
Yes. No, you have a unique situation where it was not very helpful. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. Although I still have a goal to get 455 on console, I need to do that. So the EverDrive will definitely help with that.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. I moved cities into my dorm room in university, and it was that like before then, even then, I realized like okay, I'll bring my console with me, but odds are I'm not gonna be able to get a TV and I'm not gonna be able to use a TV and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for some reason, it was real like at the time I really didn't have I didn't have a capture card at all. I was just pulling a tape and just pointing my phone on my TV. Um, So I realized like I didn't have a TV in my room. The only TV I had in the university building was like the common area on that floor, and there was no way I was about to just sit there pointing my camera at the TV. Like that, I'm not like no. I was already struggling making friends. It's just gonna make me look even more weird.
Yeah, I understand.
Um, yeah. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's give keyboard a try. And for some reason that immediately clicked with me. I was just like, this is so much like more fun. Like I
Mm-hmm.
should just do this. I should just do this. Like I was able to nail things like 1 2G and stuff like that, or basically anything with like really quick inputs really easily. Like I was able to do no slowdown 1 2 like first try every time. It was so much more fun for me. So much more
Mm-hmm.
fun for me. So much easier. It was amazing.
It's a lot easier because you finally eliminated all your input lag.
Okay, well,
No.
not quite because I was playing on this really bad laptop.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I after using my PC and playing on console, I realized this thing has like 3 frames of delay.
Well, I mean, the number is lowering at the very least.
Yes, slowly but surely it's getting closer to zero. Um, but yeah, at the time I
Yeah,
thought
true.
it was no
So
delay.
if it wasn't input lag, then yeah, it's because the keyboard is cheating, obviously.
Yes, of course,
Okay.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah. Mhm.
Very true.
Um, but yeah, at the time I thought this was like absolutely no delay. I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing. And I stuck with that laptop for a really long time. Like the entire time I was on university, I was in university from August to May. I just stuck with that keyboard. I stuck with that laptop with a really bad like membrane laptop keyboard. I stuck with it. It worked. Um, like it wasn't until like June I pulled the big brain move of connecting a G815 to my laptop and then using that.
Mm,
Yeah, and for some reason, I think that actually lowered my delay by about a frame or something because it felt better, or it might have just been a placebo or something. I have no idea.
fascinating.
Yeah, and so I stuck with that for that was a long time, um, like from May all the way up until November because back it was November 2021 where I built my current computer, and then that's when I truly discovered like a good emulator setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Finally,
now
it's
it's
all gone.
pretty much yeah. Now it's like a one, maybe two at most, just because it's not perfect. I've
Emulators are never
you
going to be perfect, really.
they're not, and it's also got to do with the display. Like I have a
True.
165 hertz monitor, which is good. It's very good, but like I've tried Nifsky's monitor, which is 240 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
That it's noticeably faster than mine.
My
Yeah, and then
laptop does 300.
what the what kind of laptop are you using that's got 300 hertz?
um, Dell G715, I think. Uh,
Jesus.
it's pretty good. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Um, I've always been a laptop person because I feel like building computer parts would just confuse me, and also I'm a console person anyway, so I try
Oh,
to
that's
keep it
fair.
simple. So yeah, I just have a really good laptop now. Although back when I started on emulator, oh that thing sucked. Again, I had like 10 frames of input lag. It was not good, not
Oh god.
ideal.
I don't know if you know the answer, but how much input delay do you think would you have on your current laptop if you were to try SB1?
I mean, I can hit FPG pretty easily on it. That's not a good indicator of how much I think input lag. It
All
can't be a
right.
high number.
Yeah, I really don't think it would
If
be
I
anything
had
high.
to get a guess out there, I'd say two, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as mine, but yeah,
Yeah.
ever since 2021, I've been using the setup I have now, where it's just like this exact same PC, the exact same monitor. I've changed keyboards quite a bit of times. Like just trying new things, seeing what works. And yeah, I'm not using the G815 anymore. Although I will like that will sorry, that will forever be like the most comfortable keyboard I've ever used, or at least the best feeling one. Um, like I've used a bunch of other keyboards before, but like I just used the G815 for so long, I just got extremely used to it. But no, yeah, the current keyboard I use right now is the Keychron. I think it's the Keychron K5 Pro. Yeah, it's the Keychron K5 Pro.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's also low profile. It's also full size. It's also mechanical. So
Mm.
it's still got this. It's still got a similar feel to it, but not completely the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know for like high level emulator players, you do need to find like the right keyboard. Like it becomes its own like hard to figure out
Yeah.
setup worth of
Yeah.
PS. You
Yeah.
can't win either route at top level. It's
No, you can't.
unfortunate.
It's either you spend multiple days trying to find a good controller on eBay, or you spend multiple days trying to find a good keyboard on emulator.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the difference is one of them is way more expensive.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also probably more consistently higher quality.
Yeah, unless you're using a freaking G815. But anyway,
Ah.
yeah, oh my God, that thing broke so often. Niski replaces his every 6 months. Um, like I've never had to replace a keyboard before, but all of a sudden, as soon as I start using the G815, I'm flicking keycaps off, breaking switches. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, this one though, it's been fine. Like the Razer keyboard I used before was very good. The only reason why I just switched to this one was because like the debounce thing, and also the
Hmm.
Razer Deathstalker is kind of weird. It's really hard for me to do very like fast write releases.
Hmm.
Um, with the Keychron though, it's easier.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know the technicalities beyond using keyboards, so that information's
yeah.
lost on me, I guess. I don't know how much of a factor
It's
it plays at top level because
yeah.
I've just been playing console for so long.
It's very it's interesting. If you've like played console your whole life and then switch to keyboard, it's gonna take a lot of getting used to. Like even if you want to get used to it. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Mm,
Um, it's funny because when I went to university, I did bring
mhm.
everything. I had like a small CRT, but I brought my console. I had the Dazzle. I made it work.
Really,
Yeah.
really,
When I got my first Warpless record, that was in the dorm room.
really.
Yeah. I mean, that's back when I didn't have mic or anything because I was in a dorm room.
Oh right.
So,
Oh
God, I missed the internet back then.
yeah. Oh my God, I remember. So like, even though I was in a dorm room, I still used mic and stuff. Not a great idea because there was at one point I remember my Tastic 2 video. Like I finally got, like that was the day I was like trying to at least do Task A2 from Blant, and I
Hmm.
decided to live stream my attempts. And then I finally got it, and then I was like, okay, for fun, let's do some full level attempts. And then I got it like seventh try.
Hmm.
I popped off so hard, and I I knew this was happening. My brother, who was my roommate, was sleeping next to me,
Hmm.
and I screamed so loud I woke him up, and you can hear in the video him very tiredly just told me to shut the fuck, like just shut the heck up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. partially, yeah, especially the walls of my dorm were so razor thin. So yeah, I just
Yeah.
didn't. I couldn't use it. I didn't want to be a nuisance, so I just didn't use one.
Yep.
So yeah, fun
It
times.
it probably would have been a better idea for me to. I didn't even have a. Well, I did have a real mic. I had like a blue snowball, and I would just hook it up to my laptop. So I guess I did have a real mic. Um, but yeah, it probably would have been a smarter idea for me to not use one at all.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to speedrun in a dorm room is hard. I think that's the
Yeah,
moral to the story.
it's not fun.
Yeah, especially the well, what so what I'm remembering the console whole thing was when I was in a dorm where we at least had separate bedrooms and
Yeah.
like you share a common area or whatever. But
Hmm.
like the first year I started when I still played an emulator, like that was in a room where like you're in the same room with someone. It's like a double room kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like especially then I couldn't use anything. I would just sit there playing on my laptop. If I did something wrong, I'd get a little upset, and the roommate would occasionally be like, "Hey, are you okay, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, just don't worry about me." So, but I couldn't not.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I guess I'm glad I didn't have a console then because I would not have been able to make that setup work with the amount of
Yeah.
space I had. It just would not have worked. But yeah,
Yeah,
but I
it
can't
is what
believe
it
I
is.
played the way I did on that laptop with that lag. Oh, how did I get to 457 on that thing?
I don't know how I got. I managed to get to 455 on this crappy laptop, but
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. It's not as bad as yours, so
it
it
was.
works.
I wish I still had that laptop just so I could like show people how bad it was back
Oh
then.
my god.
But I'm
I'm
sure
assuming it's
it
long
is long
gone.
gone. That was 2 laptops ago.
Oh
Like
jeez.
it was. I think it was called an HP Pavilion. It wasn't a gaming laptop. It was just a like work laptop.
Oh
I didn't
man.
get gaming laptops until later.
Oh.
Yeah, like I definitely got used to it, but it even if you're used to it, it's still going to negatively affect your play because you're not like mentally combining your inputs with visual on screen. Like that does make a major difference, especially when you play a game with such input heavy stuff like Mario 1.
Yeah.
So, like it's definitely going to play a factor
Mm.
no matter how used to it you get. But I mean that's why my temp counter was like so high.
Yeah.
Once I switched to console, it it was
It
so
just
much
became
easier.
easier.
It was so much
Yeah.
easier. Like
Yeah, like
ridiculous.
I really wish, like, cause I always have the most trouble using anything controller related and stuff, like, especially like, having to do like quick duck presses and stuff, or just any like
Hmm.
quick D-pad movement. I hate using D-pad for it is like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it is one of the worst things ever.
No, I get it.
If I could somehow connect my keyboard to my NES and like play on CRT, that would be like the absolute perfect setup. If I could somehow find a way, someone needs to make a USB to NES converter or something. Because if they can do that, and I can somehow map my buttons to the controller inputs, that would be the like most god tier setup ever.
That'd be a wild setup, all right. But
Yeah,
yeah, I totally get the not enjoying a D-pad because like it's so easy to maybe hit a diagonal when you want to hit down, or like even the D-pad can just not be good.
yeah,
Like I go to do a duck and he just doesn't duck all the time. That's just
mm,
the controller life, I guess. But
yeah,
I don't know. There's so many other positives for it that are good.
mm,
Pick your poison, I guess. But
yeah.
yeah, D-pads are not fun. I What we need is an NAS controller where instead of a D-pad, it's like the four D-pad buttons, like kind of what the Switch Joy-Con has, but maybe a little better than that, I'd say. But then you'd never have to worry about accidentally like hitting a diagonal you didn't want.
I mean, yeah, and yeah, that's true. I guess for me, it's just more or less the fact of um, like, well, I guess comfortability could be a thing. Like the NES D-pad,
It is
it's very
comfortable.
rough. It's very rough.
It's just rough to
Uh,
hit the inputs, yeah.
yeah, like I can't play for more than like 2 hours or something. Like
Oh,
after
and
that,
you
my
do get
thumb
the
just
indent
starts
on your
hurting.
thumb, right? Like
Yeah.
the arrow
Yep.
indent. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Yeah.
I've gotten
Yeah.
that plenty, but I don't know. It's definitely more playing like this is more comfortable than like in keyboard mode for me. Like I guess in the wrists, it is a little better at least.
Yeah, that's a real thing to worry about. That's why I like always try to use low profile keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier on the hands for me. Um, it's also like low profile is just also better because there's like less distance to press the button down.
Mm-hmm.
Where I know with an NES controller, it's basically a membrane, so you just press down and that's it, and it doesn't travel far. With the
No,
keyboard, it's a
not
little
much.
bit different though.
Yeah, I definitely need that click from a controller though. I need to hear the input go down.
Yeah,
Like it's very much an audio thing that and a feeling for
yeah.
that.
I mean, you can
Where
still get that. I was gonna say you can still get that with keyboards. Like anything with a clicky sound to it,
yeah,
you'll get that.
none of my laptop keyboards have ever had something like that though. It's
Oh
silent
yeah,
push, so that's
no,
more what I was referring to. Like yeah,
I got you.
that's how I had to play, and yeah, even
Yeah. Hmm?
I'm trying to remember my old. So the way I used to play on emulator, you'll probably find this funny, but my right hand would use the arrow keys, and my left hand would hit like Q and W. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's how I
Oh my
played.
god. I never understood how people do that. Like,
And
well,
in
I
fact, I
get
think I
it.
used a W for run and Q for jump. So it was like mirrored.
Wait,
So I would like jump with my middle finger and hold run with my
no,
pointer.
no.
What?
I just tried doing like D70 inputs with that, like stereo inputs. I was like, there's no way I'd ever be able to use that.
Hey, I've moved on from the, we've grown, but
Yeah,
that's how I played on my like original laptop. And something I remember from that laptop is the arrow keys. For
yeah.
so left and right were like normal size, but up and down were like these tiny, skinny little buttons.
Yep, yep, yep,
Okay,
yep. I've got that on my laptop too.
let me see.
They're right there.
Oh, they
Up
were
and down's
skinnier than
right there.
that, but yeah,
They're skinnier than
they were
that.
skinnier than that. Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
like I don't think I could like. I need to like find a picture of my old laptop just to really get the point across. But I
Yeah.
don't know. That's how I played for a year, almost a year. So
I, I
fun
can't
times.
believe you. I can't believe you did that.
I
That
wouldn't
is
do that in modern
insane.
day, but back then, that's just was like, well, the D-pad is obviously has to be the arrow keys, and if that's my right hand, then my left hand has to do the buttons. Like, I don't know. Hey, I got a
Gosh,
457 that way with 10 frames of input lag with that keybind strategy on a shitty laptop. So,
that's that's nuts.
yeah, I'd say. But something I remember if I would try to do something. So I finally got like a gamer laptop, even though I already switched to
Yeah.
console by then. But I would like go back and see if I could still do stuff. But I
Yeah.
mean, with that keyboard, the keyboard like would crack and things would break if I tried to do stuff over time. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm glad I don't
I've
play on this anymore. This
I've
laptop's really good, but
I've never had a keyboard
laptop
like
issues.
crack. I've never had a keyboard crack or break. I mean, I had one.
Well, like the
Like on my
keys would crack.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, for me, my issue with like with my current laptop is like my keybinds were basically WASD, but instead of zero and decimal, on the numpad it was decimal and enter. And I had flicked the enter button so many times, like the stabilizer for it basically
Mm.
broke.
Yeah,
So
if
yeah,
I would play on now, I'd probably use like O and P.
yeah, that works.
Yeah, like although another thing I realized that's interesting with a keyboard, if I try to do like WASD and OP,
Yeah.
um, it can't handle all of those inputs at once. But for some
Oh,
reason, if
it's.
I move like one key over, then it's fine. I don't know what that is.
I was about to say you probably don't have like 6 key rollover or
Yeah,
something, but
it's
then
something like that. But for some reason, I don't know.
you might your PCB might be bad or something. I don't know.
No, it's definitely a rollover thing, but the fact
Yeah,
that I can like switch over a little and then suddenly it's fine, it's weird.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it definitely has shit rollover. So
yeah.
I wonder. I guess the way I used to play back then saved me from having to deal with that since I had it was arrow keys and then like the keys on the other side of the keyboard. So I lucked out there. I never had to worry about rollover.
Yeah, I probably did.
So yeah, but so I guess somewhat a blessing in disguise, but also don't do that. So
Yeah.
God,
Mm,
so weird trying to remember how I used to play back then because I switched to console in like mid 2018. So we're talking like 6 years ago at this
yeah.
point.
Mm,
Well, not quite 6 years, but definitely
it's like
over five now.
yeah.
God. Let's see, I started in October 2017, so we're coming up to 6 years
Wow.
ago how I would have played.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I don't know. I don't know where I was how I would see myself playing in 20 because I'm on year if we're counting 2020, I'm on year 4 now.
Hmm.
So I guess I don't know what I would like where I'd probably know. I mean, I'd still be playing SME one. Like I don't know where I'd be in 2026 or something like that.
Hmm.
Like yeah, knowing me, I'd probably still be doing SME one. If anything, like either that or 2J, maybe more Mario 64. I don't know. I
Yeah.
would hope by then I'd be done with any percent. I would hope because like
Yeah.
as soon as I get 458.7, I'm done. I'm not doing Lightning. I can't. I've done it one
454.7.
454.7.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I meant. Um, I did Lightning once a year ago.
Hmm.
I've my camera's out of focus. Sorry. I did Lightning once a year ago. Never been able to do it since. I like even if I try, I can't do it. It's
Yeah.
so weird. I just don't want to do that in a run. So once I get dot seven, I'm done.
Yeah. My end goal is .7 as well. Although I will do a Lightning IL someday, but yeah, I that is not something I want to put myself through.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm just trying to see if I can fix the focus. There, that's
yeah,
better.
mine goes out of focus a lot. I just put my hand like in front, and for some reason that works. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, just
Yeah.
Lightning just feels like it'd be like physically demanding and mentally demanding. And as someone who's been caring about mental health a lot more recently, that is not
Yeah.
something I want to do to myself.
Don't
So
don't do it. Listen,
yes, 454.7. That'll be
we
it.
we left that phase of doing 4-2 over and over again in 2016. Let's not go back to it, please.
Go back to it, but cranked up to 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even so much worse.
Mm.
But if you think about it, it is two bump again.
It is,
You do
yeah,
two
but
bumps.
oh
Just
my
very
god.
complicated two bumps.
We've come full circle. I hate it.
Quite literally, history does tend to repeat itself, I've heard. So
Oh my gosh.
at least there's technically no luck involved now. I mean,
I mean, there's not, no, but like it's so dumb.
it's so demanding though that might as well just say it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to like two bump 4-2 back in the day was like luck dependent on your bumps, but I'm sure like nowadays you could find a way to like get it consistently.
I mean, yeah, it was just more or less the fact that we didn't know the input, like what inputs to do at all. So yeah, it was
Hmm.
essentially just do the inputs and hope it works. And if it doesn't, dang, you suck. But
But yeah, even
yeah,
like dealing with the luck of old two bump and now the new version still definitely like 100 times harder.
yeah, and it's
It's
weird. I like
freezing.
kind of found a way to do like this is like if we're doing like regular fast 4-2 with two bump. I kind of
Hmm.
found a way to do the first bump 10 pixel bump somewhat consistently, at least more consistent than the regular one where you jump.
Yeah,
It's weird if you don't jump off the ledge, but if you just do a
down
falling
right.
fast excel fall off of it,
Yeah,
you
that's what
get
I
10
found.
bump.
That's what I found too, but like 4 years
Yeah,
ago. But I also never really used it.
yeah, that's fair.
But actually, in like what was it, All Night Nippon, where you can't do the first bump the same way because there's a Koopa that like is there and will fall on you.
Yeah.
So you have to do like a wall jump first bump off the first wall, and that's how you
Oh
do your
god.
three bump. But if you were like behind, I was like, well, time for old fast 4-2. So I would do that
Yeah.
method where I did the falling thing, and I've gotten it before. I have like a video of old fast 4-2 in a run of All Night Nippon, just
Oh my god.
because you have to with that.
I mean, yeah, but that's so
Because
scuffed. Oh
you
my
also can't
god.
blaze it because again that Koopa falls right in front of the wall. It's
Yeah, that's
unfortunate,
true.
unfortunate layout decision, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I've definitely experimented with that. method.
Mm,
But yeah, again, lightning is still much, 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 much worse.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does, but also kind of doesn't. You'd have to do it like
I feel
perfectly,
like
or the Koopa will still hit you. So
I feel like your angle will be more weird or something.
your angle would have to be really weird too. So
Yeah.
yeah, All Night Nippon is weird. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I need to try. I still need to try and run that at some point. I might when I'm like done with. Actually, knowing me, I'm probably just gonna do it in the middle of my any percent grind when I'm bored. I'll just give it a try because for the life of me, whenever I try to do anything like back when I was doing 454, like my 454 grind,
Mhm.
it took so long because like in the middle of it, I would get bored and like sway off to other categories. Like I did glitchless and then I did warpless.
Yeah.
And I got my goals in those and I was like, okay, now I need to get back to any percent. And then like I can never last more than like a month at a time.
Well, any percent's
Um,
just kind of boring, especially at this level.
it's boring, yes, but it's also still, well, okay, what's not my favorite? It's my second favorite category. My favorite will always be minus sport ending, although I'm
Hmm.
kind of at a crossroad because I can't do minus two FFPG for the life of me, or at least
Hmm.
I can't clip in. So now I'm just like, if I can't do that, I'm basically done.
Yeah, you
I've
literally
maxed out
can't
that
PB
category.
if you can't do that.
If anything, it would be like a frame on accident, but like that's it. I'm done. Like it was my favorite category, but if I can't do that, I'm basically done, which sucks.
My least favorite category was Beat 5-4. Thank fuck I've maxed that out.
Um, B54 is very dumb, but I wouldn't say it's my
Correct.
least. It is
Oh,
dumb.
no.
It's
I
not my
ran it
least
out of
favorite.
spite of other people running it. I was like, I'm gonna kill this category so people don't run it. But that was
Wow.
before like all the other FPGs were found. But when I did that way, that was like my reasoning. I was like, this category sucks. It's dead now. Move on, please.
I've that is probably
Now
I've
it's.
never heard that kind of motivation before. Just like I'm gonna kill it so other people don't have to run it.
I was like, do something else. Don't run this.
Oh,
It's funny though. But also
I
back
still
then
need
it
to.
was easier before all of those FPGs setups
What was
were
it? What was
found.
it back then? Because what's the faster like back then? What's the faster like
You
one
didn't
dash
even know the
two
like
clip sound?
blaze it clip. So what you do is like a 1-2G clip and then like
Oh
bounce in the
gosh.
wall to get the plant to go down a little bit and then just hope you don't take damage, but you still like enter really early.
Yeah.
Like you would used to do like a much slower entry, but then like Roy
Yeah.
found if you jump in the wall once, you can sometimes make it without taking damage and save a frame roll. So I was like, okay, I'll do that in a run with 1-1
Yeah.
FPG and then perfect 5-4. And all
Mm.
right, category's dead. Let's move on now. And then people like, oh, let's add 3 more FPGs. This new way of doing 1-2 and fast excel. It's like, no, that's not the point.
Listen, at some point, every category will be maxed out. Like at some point, it's just gonna happen,
Well, I don't know about maxed out fully.
or close to
Yeah,
at
I
least
don't even think
optimized.
any percent will even ever reach 454.265 or whatever.
That's
I
yeah.
think I
I
think
can
it'll
agree.
get within frames, but that I don't see like a human being like physically or mentally capable of literally maxing out. And then yeah, worthless is
Yeah.
off the table.
Or oh god.
Let's just be honest. That would be any percent task high times like 8.
Yeah. No.
No. Not even times 8.
You'd have to do your whole warpless thing, and then on top of that, do 8E. Like no,
Literally no. Like that won't even come within like seconds. That'll be like,
no.
will we even
I
see a
can see it getting to like.
4x like
I was gonna say I can
soon?
see it going to 4x, but not soon. Probably sometime in the future, though. Well, I
Maybe,
can
but
definitely see it happening.
I guess, but I mean, we're literally at a point where the only thing you can add are FPGs and we're at 54. Like
Basically, yeah.
I
Um,
I think that's just too much at
yeah,
that point.
yeah. It's gone to like it has gone like the 1854 has all tasks Bowser kills, right?
Yeah, it
Well,
has all
except
task Bowser
8-4.
kills and it has every frame rule you can think of, like 6-3 even. It has literally every like frame rule without FPG, and then there's FPGs in it already. Like the only time save now are FPGs or like the harder versions of them, like the cheap clip full versions or whatever. It's like no, no
Yeah,
thanks. Like it has BBG. So I guess the only thing it doesn't have is TAS 8.2, but okay, man. Like
pretty much. But yeah, but I don't even want to think about that.
yeah,
Well,
like
all right. Well, mm,
that's why I don't
Tassie
think
2 might not.
everything will be fully maxed out. Like that is for sure asking too much. Warpless
I
will
mean, yeah,
never
that's
come
true.
close, but
Well, I was gonna say, I think I honestly could kind of see Tassie 2 being put in Warbless just because I know it's easier with Fire Mario.
yeah,
Or at least the
I could
plan
see being
is.
put in. I'm just saying like the, that would be the levels to save one frame rule, and
Yeah,
that's not enough to even get close to like anything worthwhile
pretty much,
at
yeah.
this point. Like Warpless is already like reaching its kind of max out, unless you want to like destroy yourself with 10 FPGs or whatever, but and still do everything else. But
Yeah.
like
I'm s-
we're definitely
I'm
not.
s-
I question a 4x, let alone getting anywhere close to task tie. That's like mid 3x. Like no, that's not happening.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that would be
Yeah,
considered
pretty
easy,
much.
and that's one single frame rule that is like not worth it right now. So that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Like no, not happening.
I'm still waiting for that. Like, so I feel like every like generation of speedrunners, we have that one person who just comes out of nowhere. Well, not comes out of nowhere, but just ends up being like real, like unreasonably good at the game. Like
Mm-hmm.
for Mario 64, Luigi just came out of nowhere, just got really
Yeah.
like unbelievably good at the game. And now we have Nifsky, and
Mm-hmm.
he's basically our version of Suigi.
Yeah.
I wonder who's gonna come after him. Like, I wonder like what's gonna happen after him because
It's weird to think about.
I I don't know if Nifsky would even want to go for dot two and 80% or anything like that. Like, I don't know. I don't
There
know.
has to be a point where you're just like, okay, stop.
Yeah,
There just
like
has to be.
for me, like dot seven, I'm
Yeah,
done.
exactly. I've had end goals in my mind for years now.
Yeah.
Like
Unless something just like magically clicks and I guess all of a sudden get really good at lightning, I'm not gonna do
exactly,
it.
yeah, yeah.
If I get good at lightning, knowing me, I would give it a try, at least for a little bit, just to see what would happen.
Hmm.
Oh, it's been that kind of
Kind of, but there are a
yeah,
ton of people that are actually like someone went into Tyson like on world record pace. It's just Tyson is hard. The
yeah,
Tyson fight has like 20 plus frame perfect inputs that you have to hit and RNG.
yeah. Hmm.
That game is wild. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Go watch the Summoning Salt interview if you want more NTPO stuff, I guess. But yeah, that game is wild. Yeah, it's weird with Mario One. Like, I've had these goals that I'm like, okay, this would be like where I would end it,
Yeah.
and now they're all like less than world record now. And I remember like, oh, I could like get some good records, just not anymore. It's like impossible to like stay at a top level at this point. People just have the
It
time and
is.
the capability to grind like literally 15 hours a day every day or whatever it is. It's just like I can't do that. And
Hmm.
99% of people can't do that. 99.99999% of people can't do that. You
Yeah,
have to
no.
have a certain commitment that few people on the planet really have in terms of
Like,
speedrunning at least.
it's weird. Like, I feel like, oh, it's raining. Sorry. When COVID hit, I feel like that was everyone's like that was the point when SB1 was basically more popular than ever. Everyone
Hmm.
had so much like unbelievable amount of free time that people just grinded this game to no end.
That's when I was my best. That was my peak.
Yeah,
That's when I had like that's when I got five out of not 5 out of 6 at the same time, but I've had 5 out of 6 main, and then I had like half the category extensions. So I was like, thanks COVID. But then
yeah.
COVID also breeded Nifsky to destroy everything, and I was like, thanks COVID. In the opposite tone,
Oh,
not really
great.
though.
It's my peak was probably like late 2021, early 2022 because I don't know what happened from like August 2021 to like January 2022. I was just flying through any percent PBs. Like I went from like it was I had a I had a period between March 2021 and August where I didn't improve my any percent PB at all. It was just like 456.844. I think yeah, it was 456. And then I got mid, and then like a month after that I got 455, and then a month after that I got 455, and then 3 weeks after that I got no, a 1 month after that I got dot six, and then literally like 2 or 3 weeks after that I got low, and then it took me 6 months to get 454 after that.
Yeah, that's a hard
Yeah,
barrier,
that
both
that
physically, again, physically and mentally. That is demanding.
yeah, and that just goes to show just how like some people just don't understand the absolute raw like the difference between how hard low is and how brutally difficult 454 is.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
My low 455 is 2 years old.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah.
God,
Because I
I remember
remember I
you
was like
getting that and
grinding for
saying,
record because it was 454.94. I was like, okay, that's beatable.
yeah,
Not much anymore.
no. I got so sad too because my 454 it was tied record pace going into turnaround room, and then I freaking failed that. I failed the fast excel because I got B3 fast excel.
Yeah.
I
That was
was
when it was dot eight
tied.
eight dot 88, right?
Yes, and
Okay.
that was my goal. Like during that stream, I was going for world record, and then the one time I'm on world record pace, I do that. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to get an 8% record too because it was the only main category record I never held, but I tried for a little bit and then just I mentally couldn't take it anymore and now it's just out of my reach and that's fine, but
yeah.
it's just like damn. It's just a damn moment. And you
For
understand being even closer than I was, I guess.
yeah, I think GTS held it for.
I
I
beat what
I,
I beat West
I
by a
beat some
frame.
West.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the worst Blazic clip of my life. So I was like, oh, I can beat this. But then like a week later, Nipsky was like, oh, here's a dot
yeah,
80, and I was like, well, fuck you, I guess.
yeah. It wasn't too long, but it's a very memorable run. At least I found it very memorable.
Yeah. Well, world record histories are always very interesting, but the stories that are never told are how close so many people were, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. Like
yeah,
one fast excel away for you from at least tying. Like so many people in the 454 grind, but people only really know Miniland
yeah,
and Nifsky because they were the ones that got world records in that time frame. It's like
yeah.
it's
It's like
it's
I
interesting.
know, I know for a fact it's basically inevitable. Summoning Salt's gonna like try. I want to see Summoning Salt at least redo his like, or not redo, update, make an
Hmm.
update for the SMB one any percent progression. I want him to at least include the run, especially for like 454 and stuff like that. At least include the runners that got really really close. Like the
Hmm.
Luxino had a 454 died at Bowser. Um, like I
Oh
had
yeah,
like
that's right.
Lukuki had like 15 plus runs to 8-4 on 454 pace. I had a run that died to turnaround fast well not died, that lost world record to turnaround
Hmm.
fast excel. Like those are just as important as the world record holders.
Yes, it's important, but from that perspective, it also has to be important to like the story. And would it be like good for the storytelling?
Yeah, that too.
Because that's what he focuses on.
Yeah.
I can confirm he will remake Mario One, like just
Mm.
obviously. He
Yeah,
said
of
he said it
course.
multiple times publicly, so it'll happen
Yeah.
someday. But
Mm.
um, uh, I don't know when that would be though. Probably not for a while. Maybe a year or two. That's what I'd have to
We'll
guess.
see. I thought it was this could just be rumors or something, but I thought something Saul said he would want to do it when the final frame rate gets saved, but that could be just be speculation.
That would make sense. I would
Yeah.
definitely wait till that.
Knowing Nipsey though, I don't think that'll take too long. Maybe
Tomorrow.
like probably
I mean, he has been to. Has he been to
either
8-4? No, 8-3.
no, he
8-8
got
pull.
to A3 pulling
That's what
blitz.
it was. Yeah.
I
I can't
he's not
imagine the nerves
human.
at that point.
He's not human. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
we should ban all his runs because he's clearly not human. Like obviously robot tasks.
Yeah, I can't
I mean,
confirm
if we do
I
that, I'll
was
get like
joking.
10 world records, maybe like 20 world records in the snap. So, you know, I'm okay with this. No, but
He's he's Tass. He's this Tass person everyone was talking about.
there he is. I mean, he essentially like he kind of is like in the way he practices, like, you know, a robot would learn something by like just going through it over and over and over again, and that's all
Yeah,
it does. That's essentially him. He
yeah.
just
Also,
goes through it
trees.
over and over and over and over.
Yeah, that's also a good one too. Trees struggle for low 455. Like, oh my god, he for the longest time was trying to struggle with low 455, and then he got it, and then immediately after got 454.
Yeah,
Like
that's not very
that needs to be
fair.
told.
IMO, no, but
It's not fair.
it's not fair. You can't
I'd
just
see.
not struggle with 54. Come on.
I don't know. He struggled for 455 long enough. Give it. I don't know.
I'm just
I don't know.
screwing.
Um,
I'm having a little bit of an internet hiccup,
what was I gonna
so
say?
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to.
I don't know how I don't know how Nifsky does. Yeah, you're fine. How Nifsky
Hold on.
does it, like the way he's able to grind. Because even when I try to do that, where I just do nothing but grind for multiple days on end, I'm not even close to matching his level.
Come on,
Like I
OBS.
guess if you look at the leaderboard, it looks like I'm pretty close, but in reality, no, I'm not. It was the stream dying.
A little bit.
Oh, it's dying. Oh,
It is
geez.
dying, but it's not. It
A
has not
little bit.
crashed yet, which is a plus. Usually, it just straight up goes
Yeah.
away, and it's like, haha, bye bye. But now I'm just dropping
Yeah.
all of my frames.
That's not good. That's not
Oh,
good.
we're in the green. Let's fucking go. All
Yes,
right.
let's go.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah, anyway.
I'm just screwing, so don't worry about me.
Yeah,
But
you're fine. You're
but
fine.
also 54 should be hard.
I want to see you get
Otherwise
it.
me mad.
I need to see you get it. You like
Me,
you
huh? Hmm.
yes. I want to
Oh,
see you get it. I need to see you get 454.
listen, I want to, but I'm in a weird situation where no, it's not Jover. We're good.
We're good.
I'm in a weird situation right now where I kind of want to move on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I obviously will get 454. That I'm not gonna retire from any percent until that happens. But
Yeah.
um, I'm in a weird situation where at this point, like people are so good and have the time commitment that I just can't keep up with it. So I kind of want to just move on and do things for fun again, and just like not have to
Yeah.
worry. But Lost Levels presents a unique opportunity where that hasn't been tapped by the super insane stuff, like some of the categories. So I kind of want to get a bunch of records in Lost Levels while I still can. So
Yeah.
I've been focusing on that, and as long as I'm going to focus on that, I can't do SMB1. So it probably won't be
Yeah.
for a while, but it'll happen eventually. I
Mm.
mean, back in like my peak any% days, I was so good at plate one. I remember like getting 3 full levels in a row. I was like,
Wow,
God,
really?
I'm so good at this. Yeah, I have a video on my YouTube of getting full levels in a row. They all, it was like while I was trying to do like 454 starting from 8-1 or something.
Yeah.
And all of them did not hit TAS 8-2. But
Dang.
that was 3 full level plate ones in a row.
Mm.
Yeah, so it'll happen. I just don't know when because while I'm
Until the
still
Nifty
like
train
top
arrives.
level in certain things, I want to do what I can in those categories
Yeah.
before it eventually like becomes out of my range again. Kind of like how
Mm.
SMB1 is.
Yeah.
Although I still have a few things. I still have a few things in SMB1.
Really.
I I
Um.
I'll get
Yeah.
Warpless All
Thank you, Jim.
Stars at least one more time, and then there's a few category extensions I feel like I can
Yeah.
keep hold of at least for a little bit.
Mm.
So we're not done yet, but we're definitely getting there. For me, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a little
I think
scary to think about.
A little bit.
Moving on and never being able to like compete at like the highest level, world record level ever again.
Yeah, basically.
Which for me it's already there, except for Warpless All Stars.
Yeah.
Because I am retired from Glitchless. My first 502 was awesome. I never need to beat that.
Yeah.
That is like one of my most proudest runs. I never want to beat that PB. 502 without Lightning 42. Lightning, sorry, Lightning. Got to
Yeah,
call it what it
yeah, yeah.
is.
You like basically every single one of your extos were either perfect or like perfect with a two framer.
Oh,
Everything
they
else was
were all
like
perfect.
amazing.
They
They were all perfect.
they were all perfect because the two framer in second room was on purpose to get a better sub pixel for entering the pipe. It
Oh,
saves a frame.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So they were every input I did in that IL was perfect. Every single one.
That's
There were like
that's
over
probably
20 frame perfect inputs in that level.
that's probably the most impressive 8-4 I've ever seen in a full run.
Hell yeah, it
That
is.
is basically perfect.
Quite literally. Like that's a perfect fast excel first room. That is on purpose two framer perfect fast excel second room, and then the jump up on the block to keep your running speed as a frame perfect jump, and then like
Yeah.
maybe entering the pipe on the frame I did is like frame perfect as well. I don't know. Perfect fast excel third room, and then to get into the pipe optimally, it's a frame perfect jump and frame perfect A release in midair.
Yeah.
So there's that perfect water and then perfect last room fast excel.
Oh my God.
I like I could easily PB with lightning if I learned it, but why?
Yeah.
Because that 8-4 is way too fucking good. I don't think that 8-4 will even ever be beaten in a
I
full
don't
game
think it
run.
will.
Probably
I
not. Like it
no.
could, but it probably won't just because you don't need to.
It could, yeah, but frame 114. I don't remember. I don't know glitchless stuff.
Frame 114 turnaround. Whatever is perfect fast excel in the frame perfect jump in 8 release. I mean, that's what I did. Whatever, like, so like perfect for that room minus the FFA you can do. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever that is. I don't remember the frame numbers off the top of my head. But yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So anyway, the point of that this is just like I'm falling off plus ratioing, so I'm trying to move on a little bit. Like I'm very aware that my time at the top is kind of done, but you know what? I did pretty good. So,
You did well, yeah.
pretty happy with
Very,
that.
very, 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 very well. Not just well, you did really great.
Yeah, I keep track of every world record I've ever gotten. Most of
Yeah.
them are former now, but even if it's like a duplicate record, it was still a record. So you put that in the total. Total's at 180. Pretty good. Pretty good number. Can we hit 200 though? That's the question. I think if I play enough lost levels, I think I could hit 200. So
Maybe.
I guess that's the goal. But oh no, I think
Let me see.
I didn't think of that, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure in like the IL record it does that, like an FFA. Or it's
Which
TFA. It's
record? So,
TFA for that room because you jump. But yeah.
oh, sorry for glitchless IO.
Yeah, for I was confused. I was calling FFA for third room, but in that you jump, so it's technically not.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's the same kind of thing though.
Yeah.
Like an FFA is just that without the jump. Like if you jump instead of falling off, like it's you save the same frame in the same way. So it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm.
That's a whole can of worms though I don't quite understand myself. Like there's kind of like fast excels I just can't do. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't get the tech. That's beyond my level of comprehension, I guess.
I barely do either. Like I only do FFA. I can't do TFA. I can't do RO. I can't do ROA surprisingly. I just can't, but yeah, that's
FFA. Oh.
yeah. I can't do any of that.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's all very, 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 very precise.
Yeah.
Maybe an extra few varies in there as well. Uh, it's hard to really fully comprehend just how difficult Mario 1 can
it,
be.
it really is, yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
but we played anyway because we're all dumb. Let's just be real.
Yeah, you're. I wouldn't say you're too far off.
Yeah, it'd be like that. So, any like interesting tidbits about the 54 grind for you?
Let me see. So I got low 455 in. I don't remember I don't remember my dates, but I know it was in January of 2022. I was like, okay. I had actually already, like kind of thought about doing 454 basically when I was doing my dot six grind, or at least people were like joking about it, do 454 and stuff. Um,
9 454 attempts.
yeah. um, one of my redemptions at the time was like do for 5,000 points or something. I'll do like
Hmm.
whatever like I was going for at the time. I'll go for a frame real faster for 10 minutes.
Mm,
So like when I was doing my dot six grind, it was I'll do low attempts for 10 minutes or something,
yeah.
and then um when I was doing I can't get the
It's an
words out. When I was
interesting
doing low
idea,
attempts,
actually. Yeah.
yeah, when I was doing low attempts, I would do 454 attempts for a few minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then when I got to 450, when I got 454, I was like, okay, well, this redemption's just done.
We have to remove this redemption now.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do that anymore, so I got rid of it. And I remember it was I think it was right before my I think it was like a few weeks, not a few weeks, few days before I got my low 455. I was doing 454 attempts for fun, and I had like that was the first, and I got plate one, and it was a gold split, but that was the first time I ever got plate one in a it was the first time I ever got plate one in a run. I tried recording it, but for some reason that video got corrupted, so that video was lost to history.
Damn. You hate to
Yeah,
not see it
yeah,
anymore.
it's unfortunate. But no, I popped off super hard when I got that play one. I failed task plant immediately, but actually did I fail task plant? No, no, no. Oh my god, because it was 526, I forgot to despawn the spiny, so I was screwed either way.
Ah,
I got so
rip.
caught up in the moment I forgot to despawn the spiny.
Yeah, just get 8-2 FPG and then really fast 8-4 and PB, I
Yeah.
guess, or something. It's
Yes.
still possible. I don't know.
I mean, I could have
It's
kept
funny.
going, but like at the time, because my PB was still 630 at the time, like I could have just went for regular 526 setup, but I don't remember what that is, so I don't know. I think regular
Yeah.
526 actually involves lack of two kills, so I was screwed either way.
Well, rip. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh well.
unfortunate. So,
But yeah, for the rest of the grind, it was like I said, I it's hard to do any percent for 6 months straight.
yeah.
So what would happen is like in February, I took a little break and did some glitchless runs, and I think that's when I got my dot four. Either yeah, that had to be when I got my dot four, either that or my dot two or something. Um, and then I went back to any percent after that. And then after that, and like in May or something, I took another break, and then I did sub 19 warpless. Um, it wasn't a very fun grind. I don't love warpless, unfortunately.
Mm,
I'm a very short I love shorter speedruns to death. I just love doing them. I don't love longer categories.
yeah. I've always
Um,
been big warpless advocate, but once you get to where it's essentially just a 19-minute any percent, then it's a little less fun. I will admit.
yeah. Thanks, Wolf. Really appreciate it.
Damn.
But yeah, after I got sub 19 warpless, um, I went back to any percent, and it's very funny because I got my. I'm sure you know, but or actually, well, I'll explain first. Is this Lukuki basically convinced me to get a new keyboard, or at least try a new keyboard, and it was like a 2013 gaming membrane keyboard. It was very good. It was for a membrane board. It was very good. Um, and like it was very good for one framers, but the issue was it also gave some zero framers.
Mm,
If I flick really fast, because membrane.
yeah.
Um, so I would have to make sure to not flick extremely fast. like I would for 1.2G or something.
Hmm.
Um, and it was like I had only had that keyboard for like a week or something, maybe not even then, like maybe 5 days, but and I decided for fun to not even stream it. Like I was like, all right, let's do 454 attempts, with this keyboard, like this monstrosity of a keyboard, and if it worked, it was like, well, it didn't work, but it kind of worked. It was the first time I ever got TAS 8.2 on like right after plate one on 454 pace. It took me like 40 something runs past plate one for me to get TAS 8.2.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was one of the toughest grinds I've ever done. And when I finally got TAS 8.2, I managed to clutch out 8.3, and then I got to 8.4, and my wall jump room, even though I did like 233, I thought I did 233 or 231 or something down plus right. I My wiggle must have been bad because I had a bad wall jump. I
Hmm.
had like E6 fast excel with like second pixel, and it was basically enough to get me a, well, I got lag frame in TAS 8.2 because I wasn't keeping track of my score.
Hmm.
But had I not gotten lag frame, it was fast enough for me to get a 455.01. I got
Hmm.
8B. I literally lost it by a frame had I not got lag frame, but since I did, it was .031.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then 10 days later, then I got 454.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's funny. Like,
ultra low 55 luckily didn't last too long.
yeah, no, I'm very, very glad that that's not on the board anymore. Like that was seeing that on the board was one of the most to put it bluntly, it was one of the most embarrassing times for me because I'm like, how? It was funny, but at the same time, it was like, are you kidding me? This is my PB. This is my run. So I was like, I can't have that. So I just like hardcore grinded 454 attempts after that, and thankfully I got it not too long after.
I love telling. I can't really relate because that time's a lot better than this, but I love just telling the story of when I was going for sub 5 and I got a 5 flat at 023, so 2 frames from it. And then
Oh
I
god.
PB'd by 1 frame.
What? What? Johnny Boy just got low.
Oh, well, breaking
Oh.
news.
All right, there
480.
we go. Failed one. What the?
Failed
Failed
one
one
frame.
frame, frame 66 turnaround?
So, okay, is that like.
Okay.
Does failed 1 frame mean like the first jump and then
Yeah, the first jump
getting
he
a wall
got.
jump anyway? So with the bonk.
They got,
With the bonk.
yeah,
Okay.
with the bonk.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. Lamau,
Oh
XD.
my god. He didn't bonk though? What happened? He slowed down?
Wait, what?
How do you slow down? That must have been on purpose or something.
2 framer? No.
Oh gosh. He doesn't hold B for what? I've never heard of that strat before.
That
Oh, I
is.
guess oh, that does work because if you jump second frame, then you don't bonk. You just go to walking speed.
Oh.
I I might
I've,
need to
I,
try that.
I've never heard of this.
I might need to try that. That might
Fascinating.
be the next like big strategy. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, 5 to 8 to frames. That's so stupid. Oh my god, that's so dumb, but that's so amazing.
It's so dumb. True. So that would have
All
been
right.
low. That was like low pace into 8-4 then.
It was low paced in 8.4, yeah, but
Got it, got it, got it. Got it. I need to PB, man. I'm too
oh my
focused on
gosh.
other shit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no. I
Um,
have to finish my story. Like I was saying
right,
that
right, right.
when I was
Yes.
going for sub 5, I got a 5 flat at 023. So I was 2 frames off from sub 5. So
Yeah.
I was in a similar position. But then I PB'd by 1 frame.
Wait, so you got 5 flat to zero zero
I
six.
am a proud .006 haver in my PB history.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm the only one to have .023 and .006.
There you go.
So is anyone
I
even
remember
that surprised with me though? Let's be real.
now that I think of it, that's not too
Yeah,
surprising, I
there
guess.
we go. There we go.
Um I remember for a while I wasn't taking it super seriously, but I remember always wanting to become the first person to ever get a five five flat dot zero zero zero. I
Hmm.
wanted to try to be the first person to do that, and for like the longest time, well, not the longest time. For the longest time, I had it in the back of my head to try and give it a shot. I looked into it; it would have to require like a really weird slow 8-4, like 8I or something, or like 8H. But like, yeah, that's the thing. Someone already got five flat dot zero zero zero.
So like on Switch,
Yeah, it was on I think it was on Switch.
amazing, amazing work.
Yeah,
That's gotta hurt because yeah, 5 flat.006 is one frame on NES timing, so that's
yeah,
one frame away. But you can be like perfectly on the decimal with the 60 flat FPS. That
yeah,
is funny.
exactly. Yeah,
Wild,
they're
wild times.
they're the first person to say that they're. I guess they're the first person to say that they truly beat the game in
They
exactly
really
five
did pass
minutes.
Super Mario Brothers in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There you go.
If that happened to me, where I got exactly five flat on the dot, like
Yeah,
on
you were running
Switch,
on Switch at the time.
I was it very well could have happened. Like had I played my eight like had I just gotten like one frame rate faster and played my 8-4 a little bit slower, it could have very well happened to me.
Hmm. It's funny to think about. Again, thank God
Yeah,
I never had to worry about that shit. Frame rate's always been the same for me since I've started. Thank God for that.
pretty much. Yeah,
Anyway, so I think we finished the any percent discussion, but
yeah.
so what else have you played a lot of in the Mario one?
So I wanted to try to get 1857 warpless because I got
Hmm.
1858 a little bit ago.
Is that with
One of my
BBG?
no, that was with
No, I mean,
Ultra.
would you do BBG for 57?
Oh yes. Um,
Cringe. No.
so, listen. I mean,
I'm
um,
kidding, obviously.
yeah,
I'm the
I
weird
know.
one.
Um, well, I actually tried doing not minus 3 FPG. I think that's what you did
Hmm.
to say two frame rows, right?
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah, I tried giving it a shot. Moving platforms are hard.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
that is true. I can't argue that one.
Yeah. Um, I'd for me it's just more or less I'd rather do one frame perfect jump at the staircase than do a couple of them in 3-3. I don't know. I guess it also is a nerves thing though. At the
Hmm.
same time, I've yet to gotten a run to 8-2 on 1857 pace. I got a run to 8-1 and then stair boss the like staircase in the middle of the level.
Nice.
It was yeah, not a fun experience.
So that's like one frame rule ahead of PB going for BBG though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
For 1857, not 1857, 1858, what I did was basically Cosmic Route plus 3-4 Ultra 3-4 and
Hmm.
351 roll 4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then I was
That's like essentially what I did, except I did 2-4 back then.
yeah.
Although 8-4s were bad back then, so that's like the other point too, I guess.
Oh yeah. That's Dang. All right. Sorry. A lot of noise.
Mm.
Uh, it probably can't be picked up because I have noise suppression on. But yeah. For 1857, what my route is, I'm going to do 352 roll with 1520 with 1520 frame roll and
Excuse
4-4, and then I'm
me.
gonna
Oof.
do BBG in 8-2.
Mm.
Yeah.
Body's deciding if he wants
Uh,
to sneeze again or not. Anyway.
yeah. Like that should give me an 1857 at 6, so
Yep.
should be all good. Um, the thing is though, like I'm bad at warpless, especially 1-3 and 1-4 1-3 grab. I can't stand. I hate that
Uh,
grab.
1-3 to this day makes no sense. The frame rule, it just
I
doesn't
don't
make
like it.
sense. No.
No, that's the one. Like whenever I try to return to warpless, it's like I have to endure like a full week. It doesn't sound too bad, but for me, it's pretty bad. A full week of constant failing at 1-3 before I can even start to get good at it again. And
Mm.
then once I do get good at it again, um, I have to deal with other stuff like 4-4 being like 15-20 being dumb, um, me just playing bad in general, all that kind
Mm.
of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just dumb. That's why I always prefer like shorter categories. Minus world ending, like I said, unless I want to learn it so bad. I keep trying, but I just can't learn minus two. If I can learn minus two full flagpole glitch, I'll definitely go back for minus world ending, and I'll get 230.
Yeah.
Um, but besides that, that's done. I'd like to get 502 glitchless, but G Lightning is really hard. I want to
Mm-hmm.
at least get a better like 503 because mine's a dot 2 right now. I want to at least get a dot 1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. Because I think my PB only has one fast excel and the like the corner bonk for the coin block, and that was enough to give me a 267. I think it was. Um, I don't know how one of my older PBs I managed to get a dot 4 with like without corner bonk. I just did two fast excels and a really good 8-4 and really good climb, and it was enough to give me a 450.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then for like all stars, I want to run all stars. There's something about me where I just can't run it. My current PB is a 505. I still to this day I can't even get a 503 with Fire Mario. I just
Mm.
every time I get to 8-4 I choke, and then the rest of the game it just has I don't like the hitboxes.
Yeah, they are not fun.
Yeah, I want to at least get sub 5 in that game, but it's the difference is just drive me insane.
We don't like all stars.
No, we don't. And then yeah, I'd like to get sub 20 All Stars Warpless. I like to think that might be easier, but then at the same time,
Yeah,
because it's just not as optimized. But at the same time, I don't know. It scares me.
yeah. I mean, sub 20 all stars sounds easy, but all stars is so fucking weird
Yeah,
that it's not actually like not it's not free. It's not too bad, but it's not
yeah.
like it can
I
be
would have to.
it's a learning experience for sure because of how
Yeah,
fucking weird that game is.
I would have to go and take time to actively learn it, and I don't really want to do that. Um, and I just like Mario. I just like NES Mario one. I like NES stuff.
There you
It's
go.
more fun like that.
Well, then you don't have to
I
worry about it.
also pretty much yeah.
Yeah, you don't have
um,
to if you don't feel like it. That's the thing.
yeah. I want to. So right now, I haven't uploaded it yet, but I want to do more Mario 64 stuff. I like I said, I haven't uploaded it, but I have a new 16 star PB.
Mm,
I uploaded one as an 1852, and I actually don't remember when I got it. I know it's recorded. I did record it, but I haven't uploaded it yet. I got an 1825.
mm,
What and this was with losing like 20 seconds or something, or like 18 seconds in Fire C because I missed a throw.
of course.
Um, so I want to try to get a 17 without reds and without LBOJ. That's my
Mm,
goal. I've gotten quite a few runs to at least BOJs on that pace, and they died. Um, but yeah, I really want to get that. Like if I can get a 17 without reds, that would be like that wouldn't be my stopping point because obviously I'm gonna like learn reds and stuff. I want to like deep down I really want to get good at Mario 64.
yeah,
Like I want to get really good at it.
I definitely feel that way. Um,
Yeah,
I know my sum of best is like a mid 17 without reds, but I feel like for
yeah,
17, I want to just add reds. Like, there's no reason not to. I already do them for like 70 star, so
yeah. That's fair.
I have the
I just need
feeling
to
for it.
I need to take the time to learn reds. My PB is my sum best is also like 1733 without it.
Mm,
Um, I need to. What was I gonna say? I had it. What was I gonna say? Um, but yeah, I want to learn like I want to get to like at least 15. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Um, I like I a lot of people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't play an emulator. You should switch to console." Like listen, I tried console on CRT at pace.
mm-hmm.
Never again.
Really?
I'm sorry. Well, like it's the input delay. I'm sorry. Like it's the fact that there's lag, so you got to account for lag reduction in different camera angles,
Yeah.
and two, the input delay. It is not like I would have to get used to it.
Yeah,
Especially compared
it
to
does have native input lag. I do forget about
yeah,
that. Emulator doesn't? Like, it removes that input lag?
no.
Really?
It removes lag and input lag. Like I run on a Hori,
Fascinating.
um, on emulator, and it's basically all gone. Like it's maybe 2 frames or something, maybe three, but that's like in terms of 60 frames per second. In terms of 30 frames, it's like maybe one,
Hmm.
maybe two, but it's not like four or something with
Yeah.
the N64. So it just feels better on emulator. I know like it's like looked down. Well, it's not really looked down upon. It's just not how it is high of a standard for emulator, and I'm quite frankly surprised how there's only one sub 15 on emulator for
Yeah.
16 star.
Because
Like
it would technically be easier with not having to worry about
tech,
lag and stuff.
it is a little easier, especially for like dire docs,
Hmm.
because that level is a nightmare with lag. I'm
Yeah.
just so surprised though. I'm like almost no one has gotten it. Only one person's gotten it. I figured at least like someone else would get it or something if it's that much easier. Oh, I mean, it's not super easy, or it's not easy at all, and it's not a whole lot easier, but it is still a little easier. I'd expect at least a couple of runners at least to get it, but no, it's just one.
Hmm. Um, yeah, what's funny about my 16 star PB is it's 1857.
Wait, really? Wait,
Yeah.
is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh my God, it is. Oh my God, I
I'm
remember
I,
seeing
I
that.
I'm just funny that way, but I don't know.
So you have 1857 and Warbless and 16 star.
It's true. Definitely
Oh
have
my
equal
God.
skill levels, but oh
I
man.
suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not actually, but yeah, I
No.
really do. Mario 64 is like the only game I like have fun practicing. Just the
Well, yeah,
movement's just fun.
I love practicing it, but then once I start doing runs, I'm like, I hate my life. I don't like this.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that.
Yeah. I want to also learn like 1 star, at least 1 star. Like I can't I LBOJ and even just the 30 star doors skip is really really hard. It's just
Hmm.
mm, it's not fun.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
it's really unfun.
Yeah, it's I got really into 70 because it's like so easy to PB and you can just do a lot more movement.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is not short though. So
Yeah.
maybe not for you as Mr. Loves short categories, but
Well, yeah, stuff like 1 star and well, 0 star would be hell.
no.
One
No
star
thanks.
wouldn't be bad for me if I can learn this stuff because short category, woo, only 7 minutes.
Woo.
Um, yeah, and then 16 stars not too bad. Like, it's the same time as Warpless, but it doesn't feel as long to me. It's funny. Like 16 star feels shorter than Warpless, but
Well, to be fair, you do have to wait a minute at the start.
that is true. That is true. I forgot about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a whole minute that needs to be taken away. Um, I remember, I think my first 16 star PB was like 40 minutes something. I remember that being my PB. I didn't upload it. My first uploaded was like 25 minutes or something.
Yeah, I originally ran
Yeah.
an emulator. I think my first run was 30, and then once I got 24, I switched. But
I
it
feel like
was like years later.
I feel like that's the case for most people where they just start running on emulator and then switch to console.
Yeah, it's like once you get a console, it's like, all right, well, I might as well run on this now. So,
Yeah. I would just need to learn a bunch of D-lag strats and stuff. Especially for dire docs. Like that just
I still don't know D-like strats. I just play the game.
really
Yeah.
eh,
Well, I
yeah,
do
that
know a
works.
little bit like Womp's Fortress routing to have the tower like not on most stars and then stuff like that. But like, can't if it's
Yeah.
anything to do with camera, I don't know how to do it. That
That's
is
very fair.
that's not what I know. I could probably
Yeah.
like save a bunch of time if I actually learn that shit. So I should probably think about that, but I'm good
You
for now.
yeah. I'd say probably like I don't know, you probably save 10 not 10, well maybe not 10, but like maybe 8 seconds or so from
It's a good
D-lag
amount.
alone. I don't know. Depends on how much lag you're actually getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that game is very complicated with everything you have to remember in terms of movement and lag and route and
It is,
everything.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wild. But the movement's so good, it makes the speedrun
Mm,
amazing. It's just secretly horribly complicated that the
yeah.
casual onlooker would not notice. That's what I've figured
Mm.
out essentially. But yeah, good game. I love
Very
that
good game, yeah.
speedrun. I love that
Mm,
speedrun. It's quite good.
yeah.
Um, what else have you
This is
ran?
so yeah, I haven't uploaded any of my runs, but I've done SMB3 any percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, my current PB is about like a 352 or something.
Mm,
I want to learn the faster routes, but I'm bad.
yeah.
I'm SMB3 is bad. Well, it's not bad. I'm hard. It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. It's very hard.
And there's luck involved
um,
in some categories, which makes me angry. So not as much in any
yeah,
percent though.
the
Yeah,
hands.
it's that.
I don't. That and like World 8 in general is why I don't really want to run. Why I want to run it, but it's just not fun learning any percent no wrong warp.
Yeah, because World 8 is just genuinely unfun to play, and then the next like category is 50 minutes, well, like an hour if you're not good. So then it's like no thanks
Pretty much,
if you're
yeah.
a short category person. So
Yeah.
makes
Um,
sense.
I wanna run as a Super Mario World 11 exit.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I've practiced it a bunch. I practiced it a bunch when I was going on when I was doing like my SB1 practice initially from like 2019 and stuff. I actually did quite a bit of like Super Mario World practice on my Switch.
mm-hmm.
Um, like I was able to like segment a pretty decent run, but like I would need to figure out how to do it. Well, all right. Well, I could do one of two things. I could hook up a controller to my PC and use a controller. That honestly might be the easier option, or I could use a keyboard, which might not be too bad, but a keyboard for A, B, X, Y might be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Also, shoulder buttons.
Oh yeah, you need that.
Yeah, so that might be a little weird. I might just use controller
Well, do you
for
even
stuff
use
like
the
that.
shoulder buttons much in 11? I don't think in 11 you
I,
use the shoulder.
I don't think so.
I know you do in like top level like 96, but I don't think there's any for 11, so you probably don't even need to worry about that at the very least.
I forgot. I completely forgot. What do the shoulder buttons even do?
They move the screen. So like if you're standing still,
Oh,
so like it can like load certain cycles faster if you wait and do that.
I
And
see.
then
Um,
so
that
that's
might be
good for
useful for like
96.
that might be useful for zero exit, which I would like. Well, all right. Well, zero
That yeah,
exit.
yes, you do need to do that for zero stuff.
Yeah, zero exit. I'd probably like to do if I could find a somewhat consistent. I know there are consistent ways to do it. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's not nearly as easy as SMB3.
Oh no, that is very hard and complicated,
Yeah.
and you need to hold weird button combinations. I think like optimally you even need another controller plugged in and like clamping down on
Oh,
some buttons or something.
oh
It's
gosh.
weird. It's weird.
Oh, all right. All right. That changes things a little, but yeah. I would.
It's
I have to
something.
look into it.
Yes, that's
Um,
something that needs to be researched.
yeah.
I was having it explained to me at a GDQ, and I was just like, "Oh, this is overly
oh.
complicated. I don't know about this one."
um, yeah. The reason why I want to learn all this stuff, I is because I want to do a Mario Hour run at some point because I know
Hmm.
emulators are allowed for it.
Yeah,
Um, so I would be able to just switch between emulators and whatnot whenever I feel like it. But to do that, I need to learn Super Mario Bros. 2 SMB2U. I need to learn that. I have not touched that game ever.
that's pretty
Um,
based, honestly.
yeah. And I need to learn No Wrong Warp because Ace is banned,
It
and
is.
then I need to properly learn 11 Exit,
Hmm.
and then I need to learn One Star, which is like I'm a
Oh,
long
it's
ways away
fun.
from getting. I'm a long ways away from getting Mario Hour. I need to learn everything basically. Like I said, I still don't even know how to do LBLJ properly. I can go through the ceiling. I can BLJ. That's about it. I can't do anything. I can't really do much else from
SBLJ
there.
sucks. It is so stupid.
Yeah, it's. I tried doing it last night. Like I kept getting fenced. That's
Yeah,
basically it.
that's the one thing too. The fence. is always in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never understand that trick. It is bad. It is not good.
Yeah.
The other categories are good though. Would recommend.
They are. I would like to learn 70 star. I feel like it'd be kind of fun. I would just need to learn how to like I would need to learn the stars because like truth be told, I only know like 20 stars out of the entire game. Like that's it. Like I've only ever like even when trying to play the whole I should honestly just try to play the whole game casually. That'd probably be a good idea. But yeah, I only know like 20 stars, and even though I only know like 20 stars or something, I know at Pace and Fall they're doing like a big 70-star relay thing where it's like one runner does 1 star for all 70 stars.
Hmm.
I signed up for it, and they said like, oh, you can select a star, and I'm like, okay. So I chose either the Penguin star or the Talonbird star.
Mm.
And I chose the Penguin Star specifically because I'm like, okay, I feel like it'd be really funny if I took like I don't think they'd be too upset if I took 5 seconds out of the run to purposely just throw the penguin over the edge.
Mm.
Like I
Well,
feel like that'd be fun.
whoever gets
And
the
then
star
Talon
would do that anyway. Let's just be real.
pretty much, yeah. And then Talonbird is I don't know, I just like that star. That star's fun.
Mm.
Um Odds are though I'm probably gonna be picked a random star. I just hope that they give me time to at least learn the star because I don't know. I don't know most 70 stars, most stars from the 70 star row.
Yeah, I nailed my
So
star when they did it at Pace. I was happy. I got
nice. Oh,
top of a mountain TTM.
top. Wow, really
So I got the clip, I got the log wall jump, I got the triple jump up thing, and then the side flip, and I was like, yes, perfect.
nice.
It was pretty good.
Hmm.
I was quite happy with that. And we all that's the other thing we need to talk about because I almost didn't even get to participate that because it happened while the Mario 1 tournament was still going on.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Well, this one I think is going to be on stage, so they have a
it
set
is.
time
Yeah.
for it. So that's going to be good.
Yeah, it will be. So the Mario 1 tournament at Pace a couple months ago though. It's pretty cool. Oh.
It was. I. Ooh, that was a interesting time for me.
Mm.
Yeah. I. Ooh, yeah. Um. Yes.
I don't know if I should.
I didn't well I didn't do as well as I'd like. I got a couple 458s. I'm very proud of that. I got two
Mm,
458s during the first round. I was like, okay, I'm very happy with that. But at the same time, my very first run got I right warped. I'm just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, the warpless run was the simultaneous warpless was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's funny though. I ended up doing like 3 or 4 FPGs, um, and like none of them were highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I did one 4-4 clip, and that got highlighted.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was kind of fun. I just randomly did 4-4 clip because I was like, okay, I'm a little bit behind. What if I just go for this?
I
And I
got
got him. He's
4-4
like,
clip to win
oh,
a
okay.
race. I went from
Oh
behind to
yeah, I
win
saw.
ahead, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was happy with that one.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, I wish I played. No, what happened to me is like I made the 90% finals, and then Bowser killed me twice in a row on like 458 pace. I was like, okay,
Oh my
thanks, man.
gosh.
He literally stole like $50 from me. Kind of an
Oh
asshole,
man.
but
It'd be like that sometimes.
it, yeah, it really do
Yeah.
be. But yeah, that
Yeah.
tournament was sick. Very sick.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm definitely going to Pace again. In November. Definitely going.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of
Uh,
Mario 1 people are, even though there's no tournament, I don't think.
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was just fun either way.
Yeah,
Like,
true. Very true. I mean,
yeah.
I got
Uh,
lost
like, uh,
levels in. I'm happy.
yeah.
Lost levels,
uh,
Warpless will be showcased. Let's go. Finally.
yeah.
It
I would
happened.
have like, I would have tried to Well, actually, all right. Well, the odds of a just a regular SB1 any% run in general being accepted is pretty. I don't know how likely that would be, but even then, like, warpless would be more likely. And I'm not very good at warpless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess it would just be fun to at least give it a try on stage. Like even if it just goes horribly wrong, I don't know, it'd be funny. Um, but yeah, I didn't submit any runs or anything because at the time I was very like, I had no idea if I was gonna go. It wasn't until very recently that I actually, well, not super recently, but it was only like a couple weeks ago when I booked my hotel room.
Mm.
Yeah, so I still need to buy my, I still need to register, I still need to pay for my flight, I still need to do all
Yeah,
that.
I still need to do flight stuff. God, I'm gonna be broke within the next few months. Oh well,
Same.
it's worth it. It's worth it, right?
Yeah,
Surely.
yeah, yeah. I'm in school right now. I'm currently unemployed, so
I've been unemployed for a year and a half. It's fun, man. It's real fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
fun
Yeah,
times.
fun times. I do have no debt though from school,
That's good.
so that is pretty pog. But
Yeah. I'm currently about. I'm not too far. I'm only like 5,500.
that's not
But
bad.
even then, like, yeah, yeah. I'm okay right now.
That's good.
Uh,
That's good.
this the school I'm going to right now is cheap enough where I'm able to just eat. Like usually I get financial aid, but
Hmm.
this year I was just able to pay my semester out of pocket, so
Hmm. Nice.
it's all good. Yeah, it was relatively cheap.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
good
that's
stuff.
good.
Yep.
Hmm.
Money sucks, man. That's what I say. I just want to go to
Yeah,
events and have fun, man. Why do I have to worry about this
yeah, for
money
real.
shit? Fuck that.
Exactly.
But yeah, uh, it was cool. Like pace was cool because I go to GDQs all the time, but not a
Yeah,
lot of them. Not a lot of like the current Mario One people go to that. Like the people I know of that have been around a while do, but I got to like
yeah.
meet like the community as it is right now, and I was like, oh, I've never seen the mall before. It
Mm.
was cool
Yeah,
because there's usually not like a huge Mario One gathering anywhere.
yeah. It was really really nice to see everyone just meet up. Like that was really really nice.
Hmm.
Mm.
It
And
was a good
it's
event.
like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just said it was a good event. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. For me, it's like, um, it's weird because like you kind of get the same thing. Like I get the same thing when I go to like conventions or something. It's the small. I feel like I enjoy the smaller events more than the like. I haven't been
Hmm.
to a GDQ or anything, but I know that gets thousands of attendees. I probably would have a better time at pace where it was only like 300
Hmm.
compared to HGDQ or SGDQ where it's at least over 1,000.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's more cozy in my opinion.
Yeah, I've given the positives and negatives a lot, but yeah, GDQs
Yeah,
like you can meet a lot more people and it's cool, but it's definitely people have clicks. It's harder to find people, and there's a lot more
yeah.
stuff to do at a GDQ. Like they have an arcade, you can rent consoles. It's great.
Dang, really?
Yeah, you can rent any console just like ever. It's great. But
Wow.
yeah, and it's free rent, I should say. Free rent as well. So, very good.
Free rent? Wait, they pay for your hotel?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the consoles.
Oh, oh.
You can rent them for free. You don't have to like, can I rent this
Oh,
console for
okay.
$5 for an hour? No, it's free. You just give them your ID, and they're like, okay, we'll give you your ID back when we get the console back. It's like, okay.
I got
So,
you.
just more stuff to do at GDQ, but yeah, it's definitely pace is definitely more intimate and fun in that way. They have their pros and cons, both of them. So they're both great
Yeah.
events. I'd
Hmm.
recommend both, but if you prefer the more like yeah cozy aspect, then yeah, pace is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
It's also like I already like I go to conventions every now and then with friends and stuff. I'm already broke enough. If
mm,
I were to choose one, it would probably be pace.
yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Are I don't know what conventions you go to. Are they like big?
Um, usually, yeah. The
I'm trying to relate it
like
to
I
like a
get
GDQ gathering.
um they're not really related to video games or anything like that. They're mostly just like
Oh,
furry stuff.
oh well, okay.
uh, yeah. The one I went to started small, and well, the one I went to, the one I'm going to, the one I've been going to since like 2018, started small and has actually gotten quite big. Um, so yeah, and then I went to one in Atlanta, and that with Spiker, and that was fun.
Hmm.
That one was really big though. That was like 7,000 plus people.
Okay.
Maybe over
Seven.
10,000. I don't
I
know.
don't think I've ever been to a convention of any kind.
It's it's very interesting. It's actually surprisingly it's it's got a lot of similarities compared to like um pace and SQDQ and stuff. Because like
Hmm.
just like SQDQ, the one I went to in Atlanta had a whole arcade and everything in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's not too far different. Instead of just game shows, or not game shows, instead of showcases for games and stuff, it's just panels, stuff like that.
Panels. Okay,
Yeah,
that is kind of like GDQ then. I
yeah,
don't know.
it's
If
not
I
too
ever
far
went to a
different.
convention, it'd be some gaming thing. Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like whatever PAX is or something. And it's funny
packs.
because
Yeah,
they always now have like a GDQ little sideshow thing. So it's like, okay, well, it works out anyway. But
yeah,
yeah, GDQ has panels, it has an arcade, and so it's very much essentially a convention, I guess. Again, I didn't know like what the convention is like, so
yeah,
trying to
yeah. It's
I guess
very
GDQ
similar
is
to that.
kind of like a convention. It just has like this main stage thing that goes on 24/7.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, that,
Mm.
so yeah, if you're used to that, I guess it'd be the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it can just get very overwhelming, especially if you
Yes,
like,
that's true.
especially if you're like on your own. Like I don't think I could ever go to like GDQ or something where I'm just completely alone. I need at least a friend or something.
Yes, I I've definitely felt that way when I first started going, but I know enough people now where it's fine,
Yeah,
luckily.
no, that's good.
But yeah, going
I'm
to Pace the first time when I went last year, like I went because I got a run in, but there was no Mario One stuff otherwise, so no one else I knew was there.
wow.
I had to befriend people. Now,
Oh
luckily,
gosh.
speedrunners are generally good people, so it was pretty easy. But
Well, I mean,
like
yeah, that's
I
true.
went there like knowing basically no one there. It was interesting
Yeah.
because at GDQ you usually don't know most of the people there, but
Hmm.
enough people go where you have to know at least someone, and
Yeah,
that's good. But yeah,
that's true.
so I don't know. I'd recommend a GDQ at least once. I think everyone that's a speedrunner and can go to one should experience it at least once. That's my
Oh
take.
yeah, I definitely want to go at least once. It's not like one of those things where it's like I'm never gonna go to one. It's just
Hmm.
like I knowing me, I probably would prefer pace, but I'm still gonna at
Yeah,
least give it a try.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both events again they have their pros and cons. They're both great.
Yeah.
Pick what you want. But yeah,
Hmm.
speedrunning events are my favorite thing about speedrunning. So
Yeah, they're
yeah,
really fun, like super fun.
yeah, it's the thing I care about the most when it comes to
Hmm.
speedrunning. So I go to every single one I can, even though again, money, rip,
Yeah,
rip.
it it'd be like that.
It really do be like that. I'll figure it out eventually. Anyway,
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's
any. Hmm?
sir, go ahead.
I was gonna change the subject, so if you had something, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say like this, me going to pace. Usually, it's like one of those because I finally moved out, as you can tell. My background is
Hmm.
not my usual one, and I have boxes and stuff showing right over there. I'm still unpacking. I finally moved out of my parents' house
Oh,
just a couple
damn,
weeks ago. Yeah.
damn, I'm still here.
Oh
Right?
dang.
Yeah, I'm still
Dang.
here. I'm
Yeah.
24. You know, make fun of me if you want, I guess, but life
No.
be life.
You're fine. You're fine.
No, I'm messing
But
anyway. But
yeah. But yeah, this is probably gonna be the one time where because usually I always let my parents know where I'm going. This is me going to pace this year is probably gonna be the one time where I just leave without telling next to no one.
just
So
this
that's
is
gonna
for
be
me.
yeah. I'm just like I'm going. Bye. So that's
See
gonna be
ya.
fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. Um. But yeah. Yeah. Subject change. What else did you? What
I
else
was
is there
just
to
gonna
talk
say,
about?
like, do you have any interesting things that happened at Pace that you remember?
Oh. Oh.
God, there's a fly buzzing around me.
So I kept trying to do so I kept trying to do like 455 attempts there on console and I got a couple runs to 8-2, but me being me, I kept failing coin toss because I keep jumping on the wrong frames, but
Just jump on an
um
odd frame, idiot.
ooh. uh yeah, so besides that, yeah, I was there to witness both Nifsky's both quest world record and his 454 live like
Hmm.
basic like his both quests that was in the
I saw
background.
neither. I don't know where I was.
Oh,
Rip.
probably I don't know.
No, I
I don't know
saw
if the
him die
70
to
star.
Bowser on like that other like both quest potential pace. Like I have it recorded, like him about to jump through Bowser, and then he dies, and then I pull the phone down and turn it off because oh, never mind.
Oh
That's
wow.
funny.
I like I walked in the room like as Nifsky was in 8-2 on pace or something. I was like, wait, whoa, this is happening? Okay, and I just
Gather
started watching.
round.
Yeah. And then like for the 454, I was kind of sitting next to him in Alabaster the entire time. We were just chilling.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Big
What else
chillin'.
happened? Yeah. What else happened? I bought my. This is where I bought my Hoi controller. I actually have
Oh yeah, they had that
two.
shop. It
Yeah.
was a very good
Bailey had
shop.
the shop.
I should have bought some
Um.
stuff.
Yeah, I would say I made a mistake. Just saying.
Hmm.
Because well, I bought not only did I buy one, I bought a second one that's over there, and because it was listed as like this one was 90 and the other was
Hmm.
50 because the
Jeez,
51
they're
had
that
it
expensive.
was meant for spins, like it had a very worn down stick.
Hmm.
So what I was gonna do was like, okay, I'm gonna do what most um, like top level runners do, where they switch controllers because
Hmm.
most play on an OEM and then switch to Hori for throws.
Yep.
What I was gonna do was see if my PC could, or if my emulator could handle like unplugging the controller and plugging a new one back in.
Hmm.
It could, but at one point, what it started doing was like I unplugged my good controller, plugged it in for um, I was in Bowser in the Sky. I was this was on pace.
Hmm.
Um it wasn't 17 pace, but it was like pace for 18. It was like sub 1820 pace.
PB
I
pace.
yeah, it was PB pace. I
All
unplugged
right.
my controller, plugged in my throws controller, and all of a sudden half of the inputs just stopped working. Half of them
Nice.
worked, and then the other half didn't. So I basically killed my run because of technical issues.
And
And
that's why you
since
play on
then,
console now.
yeah.
But also like that
Yeah,
they have some like
since
switcher box you can get where you plug in both
yeah,
and then but I don't know if that would work with an emulator. I don't know how that works.
I it would just
It
because
would?
I have a N64 to USB converter.
Okay.
So I'm sure it would work. I
So
just
you'd
don't know
have
where
to
to get
plug both
one.
controllers into the switcher box, plug the switcher box into the USB converter, plug the converter into the lap. Jesus.
Into my yes.
That
Yes.
that sounds like a time.
Yeah, it is. I remember I don't remember if it was I think it was Max who had one, but I thought he said he built his.
Yeah,
So
I've heard of that.
yeah, I was gonna ask where did you get that because it was really cool. I had to switch to tell like which controller was being used and which one wasn't.
Mhm.
Um, I would kill to buy one of those. Like
I
that
think
would
they
be
sell
perfect for
them
me.
on like there's like a marketplace on the Mario 64 Discord. I'm pretty sure people sell them there.
I'm sure they do, but honestly, right now, um, I've just swapped to only using this controller for throws and like regular gameplay. It's survived so far,
All right.
so until this like really dies, well, like until it starts to die down or something, or like if I need to buy a new Hori controller,
Hmm.
I don't think I really need to do that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Eh, right now I'm all good.
Yeah, I still need to figure all that out.
Yeah.
I think I fully modded my Nintendo 64 now. RGB modded. It's
Really.
got a region-free tray now. Like I'm ready. I just need the Japanese cartridge and like a Hori for throws, and then I can actually like play at peak performance, I guess. But I'm not quite there yet.
Nice.
So
Yeah. Every single time I go to a game store or something, I always see an N64 console there. And I'm always super envious because I'm just like, I want it, but I know I'm not gonna have a good time if I use it. I'm gonna need to adjust.
hmm,
Not worth it every time. I know at some point I'm probably like knowing me, there's definitely gonna be a point where I'm just like screw it and I'll jump to console. I
hmm,
like when I say I'm never going to console, I know that's a lie. I know
hmm,
that's a lie. Some point it'll happen. I just don't know when. Right now I'm very comfortable with emulator though.
yeah, it's definitely different, but It's good to
Yeah,
switch when you're like not very good yet, so the switch is a lot more like easy, I guess. More
yeah. We'll see. Who knows? I might wait until I get a 15 something before I jump or something. I have no idea.
15. Oh boy.
Yeah, I hope that isn't the case because 15 is basically my stopping point.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good ass time.
Yeah,
That is like everything. Pillarless, fucking
it's
other
a
route.
lot. I know you technically could get it without LBOJ, like, because I know world record's like a 1520 something.
Mm-hmm.
Though I would probably want to at least add LBOJ by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for 15 you just have to go that route essentially. Cuz like
basically, yeah.
the I'm pretty sure like even the top times are like high 15s for no LBLJ.
Yeah,
Like it
pretty
saves a
much.
lot of time.
Oh yeah, it saves I don't even know how much it saves, but it does save a lot
A
of time.
little less than a minute optimally.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I think world
Dang.
record is like well obviously Sweet G has record. I think it's like 15 2x or something. Is no LBLJ. So yeah,
Dang.
something
That
like that.
is that's nuts.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Mm.
I think even most like 16-minute runners go that route too. They do LBLJ. So
Yeah.
yeah, something to think about. I'm not too knowledgeable about the top of 16 star level running, but
Yeah.
it's a fun game. So
Yeah.
want to
Mm.
figure out what my stopping point would be at some point.
Yeah.
Definitely not done yet. Especially now, I just got everything like ready to go. I just need a couple more things.
Yeah.
Japanese cartridge and a Hori, although the Hori will be expensive. But I heard Japanese cartridges are not, so that's nice.
Yeah, no, they're pretty cheap.
Huge. Um, so do you run anything else?
Um, yes, that's right. Okay, so I have a Wii.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunately not a it's a second generation Wii, so it doesn't support GameCube games, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah.
but what I do want to do is so I also speedrun Wii Sports Resort Golf. I have a
Mm.
submitted 12:31, which ties Darby in, but I my actual PB is like a 12:19, I think.
Hmm.
I'm just very lazy and haven't submitted it or just haven't uploaded it yet. And I also speedrun. This is a little bit like this is a less conventional speedrun game, but I've also speedrun Rhythm Heaven Fever, and that was about an
Oh, the Wii
hour and
game.
50. Yeah, an hour and 53 minutes long.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Um, I can I can look up the leaderboard like after this or something, but last time I checked, if I were to submit the run, it would be fifth place.
Mm.
Yeah, because I did the all medals category, which is like it's not like perfect, but it's not all perfects, but it's basically you did well, you did good enough, basically. Like you didn't
Mm-hmm.
do any major mess ups.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
played a
that's
lot of the DS game like years ago.
really
Yeah. Um,
nice.
I'm someone who's like into music stuff. I mean, I was in band for years and took music theory in high school and a little in college, so
Yeah, yeah.
rhythm stuff I'm pretty good at, so it was
I'm
fun.
kind of I'm kind of like that too. I took orchestra all middle
Ooh,
school and high school. I've been playing the violin. Well, I still know how to play, but I haven't touched it in years. But yeah, I
yeah,
played violin for like 7 years or something.
fancy.
Yeah,
And we didn't
but
have
yeah, and
orchestras.
yeah, I just love rhythm games in general. That I want to say that's like maybe not like completely the reason, but also maybe part of the reason why I'm like I was able to pick up speedrunning somewhat decently because I've already been used to hitting inputs within a very relatively small window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess I just kind of like it's and that again that also helps for shorter things because most rhythm games they don't go over like 5 minutes, so I'm used to just shorter bursts of more precise inputs.
yeah. I feel like I use audio cues more than most people do because that's what I'm
Yeah.
used to.
Mm.
So it's interesting how that kind of
Yeah.
yeah really does help in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've thought about doing like the Wii golf after that Salt video.
Yeah.
It seems like just some dumb fun shit. I don't know. I-
It's all right. I'll say this, if you were to do it, and like if you already have enough problems with like your NES controller or SNES controller dropping inputs, you are going to hate motion controls.
Ah,
It
I
is
see.
it's so bad. It,
Yeah.
it's it's really something else.
I love that optimal for like those kind of games. You have to like disconnect your controller on purpose to like get a glitch to
Yeah,
it's so funny.
that's so I'm never gonna be able to do that. I all I want is a sub 12 and then I'll be happy. And like that's that alone is really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
What
look
other
at
games do this?
the dumb shit someday. Once I'm
It
done being good at games, I can be mediocre at more fun stuff.
Yeah, it's really fun. For one thing I have some interest in is surprisingly enough speedrunning Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube
Interesting.
just because my friend who I'm also gonna be meeting at Pace, he's like a top Luigi's Mansion runner
Mm,
and he really wants me to try the game. And the thing is though, optimally like top runners run it on their Wii.
mhm,
I can't do that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Uh, yeah, my Wii doesn't support it, and so I was like, okay, I'll just run it on emulator. Turns out, emulator on the main leaderboard is only accepted up to a certain point. Like once you get past like an
Mm-hmm.
hour, like for example, for like any percent no out of bounds or something, it's only accepted up to a certain point. Like once you get below an hour and 5 minutes, it's just banned from the leaderboard,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on. It's not even like Mario 64 where it's like oh just a separate leaderboard. No, it's a
Shit
category
event.
extension.
Oh, extension. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just called emulator percent.
Emulator percent. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, well, great. So in order to become a top runner, I have to either buy a whole new Wii or get ideally a whole new Wii and then get the game and then get a GameCube controller. I'm just like, okay, that's a lot for just this.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate that that's the way games are sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny. I've had two Wii's. I had the original with the GameCube and not because my original one's disk drive's been broken for well over a decade now.
Oh, dang, really?
Yeah, so it sucks because that's like the Wii I want to use, but I'd have to like send it to someone to fix it or something. I don't even know if people do that. I don't know. It just does the
Oh,
disk drive just doesn't work. Otherwise, I'd have
dang.
like a perfectly cool Wii that I've had for like 15 years now.
Yeah. It's what other games do I have? Honestly, I think that's about it. Oh, well, when Super Mario Bros. Wonder comes out, you better believe I'm trying to speedrun that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna at least
Yeah.
give it a try.
It's a
Um,
unique opportunity where a new 2D Mario game is coming. So I feel like all the 2D
yeah.
Mario runners need to hop in on it. But obviously, I'd play through it casually first.
Well, yeah, of
I don't want to
course.
ruin that casual experience. But at that point, you're already like too late. Everyone's already. People will like minute one speedrun it. That's just how people operate.
Yeah. My version of playing casual is just playing somewhat fast without trying my staying hardest. I don't know. I really don't know. Although for a completely new game like Mario Wonder, I'd probably take it very slow because I
Yeah.
would have no idea where the secrets are and stuff.
Yeah. This will be an interesting game, all right.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
also want to like try to speed run New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Like I really
Mm,
want to at least give it a shot because it's not super long. It's only like just over 20 minutes or something.
yeah.
I still haven't yet to 100% the game. Like so I still need to do that.
Yeah,
And
it's been
I've
a
had
while
it
since
for
I
like
played that.
it's not even in like a regular. Hold on, I got it right here. The game I have it came with my Wii, but it didn't even come with like a box. It came with like with this little crappy like disc slide thing, and the disc is
Those
visible.
things, yeah.
It's so scuffed.
That's what my Wii Sports came with my Wii. It came with the
Really?
little yeah, it was a little sleeve for Wii Sports, not an
Oh,
actual box. I do have a box
oh,
for New Super though. because
Dang.
we
Yeah,
did buy that.
I have a box for Wii Sports Resort,
Hmm.
so that's good. But yeah, I've had Super Mario Bros. We have had that for like easily over like 11 years now, maybe 10. I don't know. I've had it for a really long time,
Hmm.
and I'm very thankful. I don't think I've scratched it. I think it doesn't perform like it's scratched, so that's good.
Hmm. I'm sure all my discs would be ruined. So
Oh
I don't know
gosh.
if I'll ever play Wii games or speedrun Wii games, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of I want to like fix up all my old consoles. I just don't know if you can or like what the cost would be.
I know I at least tried to mod my NES, because
Hmm.
like we had a theory that like for cart swap because it's like basically it basically can't happen on a toaster NES. We had a theory like what if you just like disable one part of the chip or at least disconnect one part of the chip to another mechanism and maybe that would like fix it. I forgot what it's called, but it's I
Hmm.
tried opening up my NES and I tried modding it, but surprisingly enough, I opened up my NES, that part was already like modded. Like that
Hmm.
part was already taken off the like main motherboard.
Fascinating.
I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute, so what all right, well that immediately debunks the theory because it wouldn't like
Hmm.
either I couldn't get it to work or I just got really unlucky and it just wouldn't read my cartridges for a solid 30 minutes straight.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Weird.
my console is not really the best at reading cartridges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much modded all my old ones, but it's like I don't know, the my Wii really I want to get working again. I just don't know about it. And my Super Nintendo's cartridge reader's a bit fucked up, which is
Yeah.
another thing. It'll glitch out and crash things sometimes unless you like perfectly position it. So,
Yeah.
definitely some work that needs to be done, but for the most part, the stuff I have, like my AV RGB modded AV Famicom with EverDrive and the palette swapper and perfect. I never have to touch that thing
Nice.
again.
Yeah, there you
It's great. But yeah,
go.
definitely if you want like the best output quality for retro games and having them operate at peak performance, it takes a lot of work. So
It
that
does, unfortunately.
yeah, that's another like problematic can be problematic if people want to
Yeah.
go that route, but I don't know.
Mm.
I like it. I like playing on original hardware personally. It's just more fun that way to me.
Yeah.
I like owning all the old stuff. I bought a
Original
PlayStation, but
you an original PlayStation.
yeah,
Wow.
but I've never I can't really use it because um well I can, but I'd like to get the RGB cable, which is which I mean I could get, but it
Hmm.
I have no reason to really use the console now because there's like this thing that I got like the perfect console that has the certain port that's still in the back where you can plug in like the equivalent of a flash card, equivalent of an
Really?
EverDrive from the
Wow.
PlayStation. But it's been out of stock for months and months and months, so
Uh,
um, I can't really use it. But it is
mm.
there. Like I want to collect a lot of consoles,
Yeah.
not like everything, like a certain level, like maybe every Nintendo one minus Wii
Mm.
U. I sold mine. Fuck that console, but
Oh, dang.
yeah. I'm working on getting a collection. It'd be nice to own every PlayStation, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care about the handhelds or anything, but
Yeah. I remember well, it's at my parents' house, but I do own an original PlayStation.
hmm.
We only like my family, we only ever used it to play Crash, and that's it.
Hmm. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But I usually haven't touched it in like 13 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just been sitting underneath my TV collecting dust, which is unfortunate. It's probably
PlayStation is a line I've never messed with because I was Nintendo until like when I went into like middle school and high school and wanted to play games with friends. They were all Xbox havers, so I went the Xbox route. And even that, I never played like exclusive games or whatever. So,
yeah. That's basically how it went for me. Well, actually, I really didn't. We really didn't get an Xbox until. Well, actually, I didn't get an Xbox. My 13-year-old brother got an Xbox and GTA 5. I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
mm,
Um,
I got
but
Grand Theft
he
Auto
never.
4 when I was like 11 for Christmas or something.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I
dang.
had
All
to
right.
make it. and that was a brand new Xbox with brand new Grand Theft Auto, and I had to make
Wow.
a gamer tag for the first time. Why do you think my username is what it is?
Oh
Does it
my
all make
god.
sense now?
It all makes sense.
There you go. There you go.
Wow. We have
Funny how things
there's
work.
some lore right there. There's some GTA lore.
Huge lore, even though it's not interesting at all. But
I mean, I
yeah,
liked it, so
well, there you go. Just no thought. Just that's why. Just I
yeah,
needed something, so I picked a game I had, added Ace because everyone did. There you go.
yeah.
Numbers for the birth year, and you're done. GG.
There you go.
Enjoy being called that for the rest of your life now that you have an internet presence. Not that I'm upset with it. It could be a lot worse. It's actually pretty easy, pretty
No, yeah.
short, but
I mean, yeah, and like, um, I kind of so for me, for my tag, it's like I came up with it when I was like, oh god, the story of how I came up with it is so stupid. Um,
uh-oh.
yeah, you're gonna love this. Get ready.
All
So
right, all
when
right.
I was 12, um, back when I was a freaking brony, I was trying to come up with a
Ooh.
name for a pony Sona.
Oh no.
And what other thing? All right, well, yeah, this is when I was 12. I think 13. 13, yeah. Um, I got well. I think it was either 12 or 13. I was still just kind of beginning orchestra. I was like, okay, I need to think of a name right now. I was like, okay, what two things do I like? I like space, so let's go with Nebula. And then I'm like, okay, I also like music. How do I incorporate this? And then I saw the word composer. I'm like, oh, my 13-year-old brain just thought genius.
You
This is
did
the
it.
perfect name. Yeah, this is it. Um, and then I was like, okay, I'm just put this as my name. For the fucking for the pony OC. Um, and then I was like, okay. Little did I know that name would stick with me so bad because like I use it for everything now, and
Yeah,
the issue
exactly.
is like I've used that name forever, but the issue is I don't love the fact that it's called Nebula underscore composer now. Like
Hmm.
if I were to change it, I would just switch to Nebula. I would just
Yeah.
switch to that. It's kind of like a Cosmic D12 turning into just Cosmic thing,
Yeah, makes
but
sense. I want to
yeah,
drop the 99. I have. I just can't on Twitch because I'm not a partner.
yeah, that too. The thing is, the issue why I really can't switch my name is because not only because of the Twitch issue, there just so happens to be a top Super Mario 64 runner who also plays an emulator that's called Nebula.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
funny.
the world record holder for 120-star emulator.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
funny.
So I have
I
a bad
guess
feeling that if
Nebula is like could be a common kind of word to
it
use,
is, yeah,
so that's
yeah,
the only unfortunate
um,
thing.
it is unfortunately. So I don't think I'd be able to switch my name on. Well, I might be able to. I don't know if Speedrunner.com allows multiple names.
I don't think
I don't know.
so.
All right. Well, in that case, yeah, my Speedrunner.com name is forever stuck as this unless I come up with something different. I mean, I might at some point. Who knows?
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, because of that, that's unfortunate. I do like whenever someone like asks for my name, I just say Nebula. I just
Yeah,
say that because it's easier.
it's what I
Um,
put on the stream, so
yeah.
plus it
Um,
actually fit. So,
yeah. But yeah, that's what I did. Whenever someone
yeah.
asks that, I can say, "Oh yeah, it's that." Whenever I was at Pace,
Hmm.
and they put my name on screen, I'm just like, I just put Nebula. Don't put the full name. It's like I don't know. I treat it as almost like a last name. Just like
Oh.
I don't need everyone to know my last name. But yeah, that's just
True.
how it is. And like I love the name Nebula. That name will forever stick with me. The composer part of me's like, I can drop that if I really want to, but I can't. So I'll come up with some. Maybe I'll come up with something different. Who knows?
Yeah. I
But yeah,
mean,
for now, this is just who I am.
uh, I mean, it works. It's not bad. Um,
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
you don't have to explain the reasoning behind it. No,
Um.
I'm messing.
No. Yeah. I know. Yeah. No. Multiple times people actually ask me like, "Oh, do I make music and stuff?" Because it has composed in the name. I was
Oh,
like,
I
"No,
see.
I don't."
Yeah, that
Unfortunately.
can be confusing. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's only happened a couple times, but it has happened. That's the thing. Um. But no, yeah,
Understandable.
I love playing music, but I'm just like I couldn't really find a word um to describe it. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'll go with the closest thing,
There
and
you
it was
go.
just that.
Usernames
Yeah,
are funny.
they
You
are.
just make some random garbage, and now that's just your identity. If you have any online presence for the rest of your life, get wrecked.
Yeah.
It's just funny to think about. Because
I
when you
mean,
originally make like a username, you probably don't think about it. Most people
no,
just don't think about it.
no, I wasn't in the slightest. I thought like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a funny name. Let's just go with it. I did not realize that even a decade, like, well, not a decade, um, like 7 years later or some 8 years later or something, I guess be like, oh wow, I'm still using this
Yeah,
name. Wow.
I'm still using it. I mean, I have people confused why I don't run Grand Theft Auto games.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Well.
tried to add it into the brand a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah.
you got to work with what your 12-year-old self gave you or whatever.
Yep.
Lamau,
Pretty much.
deal with it.
You're oh, oh
You're
god.
right, I don't. Anyway,
No, that's probably yeah. No.
anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
just funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Yes.
Um,
We have fun here.
fun. Yes, fun. Oh God, trying to rack my brain for whatever else. I think I covered most things,
Hmm.
right? Yeah. Yeah. Usually when my brain is blank, that means I've done my job. At least
Oh
I like
yeah.
to
Well.
think so. Maybe I'm just dumb. Who knows?
Eh,
Um,
I think it's a solid. I think it's a pretty solid way of thinking.
yeah, probably good. I guess we can try to wrap things up, I guess, unless I mean, you've probably talked about every game you've played and Mario 1 plenty and we didn't talk about
What?
Lost Levels at all though.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, which is
Oh, lost
just
levels. All right,
really
I'll talk. I can talk about that real fast. So yeah, current PB. I did the one thing everyone tells me not to do. I got 755. Woohoo.
why not do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I was like, okay, well, I need to. I was like, my thinking was, okay, 5 was easy, and I need to practice the faster 1-2 clip anyway. Why not just try to go for 755 to get it like as practice?
Okay.
And I got it pretty quickly. And I was like, okay, I know the Bowser patterns are not the best, and I know it's also a very tight window. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for the fastest 8-4 I could possibly go for.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I went with the fast water strat where you like um hold down right and then start swimming. Well, you bonk your head against a certain tile in the water room,
Hmm.
and then and then hold down right, and then like once you come to a complete stop, basically, then you start swimming again, and it should give you enough time to just barely make it under the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that, and then I also did walk me speed G room, and then I did perfect fast excel,
Hmm.
and that was enough to give me a 755.850. And it also ended
Hmm.
up being the second fastest 8-4 ever performed in a Lost Levels run.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like 8-3 or something.
Yeah, that's fast.
Yeah.
That game's funny because I've had like so many 754 runs to 8-4. I just can't fucking do it. I've given up like
Oh my god.
twice now. Like I did an original
Yeah,
grind, gave up, tried again, gave up again.
I still need to get 754. I want to. This 5-2 Blaze is just so weird. I just
It
can't do
is
it in a
weird.
run for some reason. Like I can do it in practice just fine, but then once I try doing it in runs, it just doesn't work as well as I like it to.
Hmm.
And also 1-2 setup. Um, I don't like it really. I don't love doing D5 clips. Like I
Hmm.
know you can get F7 with it, but D5 I also get it's just not as fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game. Is that's the only category you've done so far, right?
I've done that and I've also done well, I've done a couple category extensions. I've done Crash and 8-4AO.
But
I
Crash is
yeah.
essentially just shortened any percent.
Yeah, it's funny. I got Crash World Record, which was essentially 756 up until 8-1 before I actually got 756.
Hmm. There you go.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I did it didn't take me long after to get it, so that's good.
Yeah, and
Um
you don't have to worry about 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, 8-4.
yeah, but
So it's a
honestly,
little easier.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But at least from my experience, the World 8 is not really super hard in Lost Levels.
Not
Um,
it can
like
be, but yeah.
it can be like 8-2 is very annoying for me, but
Yeah.
that's basically it. 8-3 is just run.
Yeah.
Most frame rates are good if you bop that one Koopa, so it's just like, all right, just run,
Yeah, A3
go.
is easy except when you accidentally fuck up the ending part,
Yes,
which can be easy
then
to
it gets
do.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to run Lost Levels Warpless 8-4.
Hmm.
Um, my current PB is like 50 something minutes though.
Yeah.
Like
That's how it goes.
I need to just take the time to learn the levels because if I can learn the levels, if I can properly memorize the layout, then I can do better. My issue is it's just a lot for me to remember right now. I know it took me a little while to memorize the SB1 warpless layout, and then
Hmm.
after I did that, it became easier.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just need to take time. I need to take time out of my grinding to learn Lost Levels warpless, and then if I could do that, I could probably get like a 22 pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Lost Levels. I don't plan on ever running All Stars Lost Levels because
that's
that
fair.
just takes two. That takes two things I don't like. I don't love Lost Levels. I don't. I really hate All Stars. I don't want to combine the two.
Yeah. Don't
I
force
don't.
yourself to do things you don't think will be fun. Definitely no reason for that.
Yeah,
So, makes sense. All right. Well,
yeah.
that's cool. But yeah,
Mm.
it's just weird that we completely forgot about lost levels.
I'm surprised we forgot about Lost Levels. Like that was. I know we talked about it before, but I always just kind of brushed it off,
Hmm.
or at least
You
it
know
was
what? That's
mentioned
pretty
before.
based, honestly. No. But yeah. Anyway, glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah,
So that should be everything minus like whatever random ROM hacks of SMB1 there are. I don't know if
yeah.
that's interesting or not.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like, oh, I'm looking at my profile right now. I've done some lovely things, Among Us Bros,
Oh, really?
Mario's Keep. Not even any percent. I just did Ison. I did Petscop. I did Super Mr. Krabs, which I'm still very angry at that game because still do not have a mid 340. My PB is still a 348.53. Oh,
Hmm.
God, that game. Okay. I've also done like I've also done Dragster. My
Oh.
PB is like a, yeah, my PB is of 5.74. I can't get any lower than that for some reason. I'm too lazy to watch like isn't the tutorial like 4 hours long or something? Or an hour long?
What?
It's probably not 4 hours long, but I know the tutorial to get a 5.57 is like an hour long.
Why?
I don't know because, well, I
Are
know
you
for a
sure?
fact that it's the one from Orky Bork. It's like an hour long.
Orky. Huh.
Like it's very convoluted. Apparently, I think there's something similar to frame rolls in Dragster, but it's works differently. I have a
Hmm.
very loose grasp of it, but all I know is that basically to get 5.57, there's RNG involved. It's basically a 1 in 8 chance whether you get 5.57 compared to 5.61. You can do
This is
perfect inputs
this is
and then have
news to
a,
me.
yeah, you
Wow.
can do perfect inputs and then 7 out of 8 times you'll get 5.61.
Damn, really? I have a 567.
Really?
Yeah. From like early 2018, like so long ago.
Dang.
On an emulator, whatever emulator the Atari is.
It's Stella, I think.
Stella, that's what it was then. But
Yeah.
yeah, I want a 557 someday just to have it be like, haha, I did it. Woo.
Yeah. I don't know how it took Taven only 2 weeks to get, like he said in his description, it took 2 weeks after him watching the tutorial to get it. Which I'm like, first of all, why are you grinding Dragster for 2 weeks straight? That sounds like pain, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. Besides like Pixel Bros and stuff, which is just Mario 1, but sprite difference.
Yeah.
That's basically in terms of the games I've played. And like the games I want to play. I'm sure there are other games that I want to play that I'm like, I need to do the Home Alone, the funny Home Alone world record. I need to do that.
Same. I had the opportunity at AGDQ 2020. They had like 17 people get it at the same time. They just lined up all these CRTs and
Yeah, I
started the
saw
run at the
that.
same time. I could have been a part of that, and I don't know what I was doing. I just didn't, and I regret not being a part of that. That would have been fun.
Dang. I would have loved to be part of that, but 20, I'm in 2020, I'm only 18, just kind of trying to live at that point.
Yeah. I was 20 when I went to that one.
Mm,
So, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Should have been a part of that. Just would have been dumb fun. Oh
yeah.
well. But yeah. Anyway, if there's any people here that want to ask questions, feel free, by the way. I'll try to think up some basic things like um do you like watching certain speedruns that you have no like intentions of ever actually running yourself?
It's a good question. Oh, I love watching Pokemon speedruns.
Ooh, I know
Yeah,
nothing
I
about
love.
that.
It is if you think Mario 3 and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
if you think that has bad RNG, oh man,
Oh
you're
my
not ready.
god. I can
Like
I can imagine.
Pokemon speedrunning is always really fun to watch. At least the ones I watch, they always have like great commentators and stuff. Um, but oh my god, I could never, ever, ever run a Pokemon game. If I
Mm-hmm.
do, it would be the most casual thing ever, and it would probably be something like beating Pokemon Yellow and like Pokemon Yellow any percent, where it's just beating it in 0, 0, 0. That would, if I were to honestly do a Pokemon speedrun, it would be that.
Mm-hmm.
What else would I do?
Safe to say you're a person that really, really hates RNG.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
I really don't like anything that involves RNG because I always get bad RNG.
Hey, wow. Are we the same person? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow. Anyway.
But yeah, I also really love watching Sonic speedruns. I feel
Ooh.
like I would like to do Sonic speedruns at one point, but
Like 2D or 3D?
2D, like
Oh,
Sonic
good.
2, Sonic
I've
3.
ran Sonic too.
Really?
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
I have a 2110 on Wii VC because I don't have it. I'll get a Genesis. I just didn't have one. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can do like well, I was gonna say I can do all the things people can do, but that was for like 2019 era. Not in modern era. Modern era they found way too much stuff, but I can do
Yeah.
like Metro 3 zip, Metro 2 zip, Oil
Yeah.
Ocean 2 zip,
I
Death Egg,
tried
Ring
I was
Fortress.
what was I gonna say?
I made
So
a
I like to
discovery apparently in Wing Fortress even.
really
Yeah, just a different way of getting slope glitch as like a backup kind of, but
nice.
I just use the strat normally because I find it easier for me.
Hmm.
Just a weird like spin dash on a moving thing setup and gives you slope glitch and then you can do the thing.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Hmm. I definitely have to like I don't know, I guess someday if I like consider I don't know speedrunning Sonic 2 because I mean it seems fun. Um
It
I,
is.
I don't know. I might come to you for help or something. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't come to me for help,
Oh, all right, there you
but
go. I at
not
least
for
want to know
that.
your backup because you say it's easy. I might as well go for it.
I mean a backup if you like die and need to reset up slope glitch, which I guess can be
Gotcha.
useful, but yeah. I
Hmm.
mean that in specifically, yes, I can tell you about it, I guess, but
Yeah,
if you want to like actually learn the game, I'm not the one to go to.
that's fair. But yeah, like I keep trying to play Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 casually. Sonic 3 isn't bad. Sonic 2, I don't know what it is with Metropolis Zone. That is my least favorite zone of any Sonic game ever. It is like just trying to play I'm sure speedrunning it might be a different type of difficult, but trying to play Metropolis Zone casually is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in a Sonic game. I hate it.
Yeah,
It's like
it's hard.
the level itself is very like the enemies they place are that's BS. The level design is BS. The final boss is really hard. It's just fun.
It
I would need
is.
to basically learn how to do zips. I still have no idea how they do that. Like I don't know if it's literally just as simple as just using a platform to clip into the ground a little bit and then the game just automatically zips you.
Now, in the second one where you do that, you take damage and land on the platform while you have iframes, so you can clip under the death barrier, and then you jump to the right, and then you like tap left and you zip the opposite way to get a little further in, and then you tap right to zip the other way, and then you have enough speed to go to the end. It's funny.
Hmm.
Metro 3 is the hard one where you have to like clip into a floor precisely, but you can like pause to set it up, and then depending on where you pause, you do different inputs to make it work. I know.
Jeez.
I got a first try in my run, so it must be pretty free.
Mm.
But
I
no,
guess, yeah.
that game at top level is wild, wildly impressive. So definitely a game I'm interested to really go back to. And that's like a childhood game as well. So I have
Yeah.
nostalgia for it. That one
Oh,
specifically.
oh yeah. I mean, I grew up playing Sonic 2. Well, just most of the mainline Sonic games on my DS because like I
Mm.
had the Sonic Classic Collection.
I had that too, but I got it from a Sega Genesis plug and play thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's like a pretty popular one that had Sonic 2 and then like five other Genesis games that aren't nearly as popular.
Mm. Oh shoot, it's Blaze It.
It's Blaze It. Hello. Just in time for the wrap up.
Nice.
Because I think we've gone over everything, right? Unless you can think of something I forgot to mention.
Um, so games that I've watched but don't really plan on speedrunning.
Yeah, if there's
I
any
don't.
more.
I don't know for certain if there's any more. Um, let me see. I think that's basically. I think that basically is it. Yeah, in terms
Mhm.
of game, like I'm sure that I there's a good chance I'm probably missing at least one or two, but
I mean,
I
also
can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
things can change. You can just see a game sometime in the future, be like, "Oh shit, nice."
Oh yeah, of course.
So
Yeah,
yeah, not a question you need to have an answer to in a detailed
yeah.
fashion.
Mm.
Just a
Like
little
I'm sure if
interesting to
I,
get some insight about it.
I'm sure there'll be another like summoning salt video or something like that
Hmm.
that's gonna catch my attention, knowing me.
Yeah, I mean that's what got me here, right? Ooh,
Yeah.
Mario 1 world record progression. That sounds interesting. Oops, now I'm here for the rest of my life. Not that I'm upset by
Yeah.
it, but funny how
Yeah.
things
When
work out.
yeah, when I started SMB1, like one last thing, when I started doing SMB1 speedrunning, or when I watched the video, like I mean back at the time, world record was like 4:55 and stuff, but I had no idea that I'd be able. Like I was like, there's no like, all right, I'll play the game, see what happens. There, like I'm never gonna be able to get to world record or anything like that. That's crazy. Now I'm here, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm literally frames away from it. What the heck?
Hey, Sam, I was like, this is fun, but this will never go anywhere. I have had 5 out of 6 main category world records now.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
weird how that happens. And I got
Yeah.
warpless like within. I got the first time I got warpless world record was only like 1.5 years into me speedrunning at all.
Dang.
I started in October 2017. I got warpless world record in April 2019 or May 2nd, 2019. My bad.
Mm. I'll get
Lamau,
80%.
now
All
get
right.
a no
Come on,
thanks.
guys. Let's get .781 right now.
Just get .781. Yeah. No, no thanks. I will get .7. We'll both get .7 someday.
Yeah,
We can
of
both make
course.
that promise, but beyond that,
Yeah,
the big no no. Big no no.
yeah. I kept trying to like. All right, so a little while, like for a little while, I'm sure you probably saw a stream or two. Like I was doing .7 world record attempts when
Hmm.
I still had .9. I got 3 runs to 8.4
Jesus.
on like on 454 pace, and they all died of fast accepts because I kept trying to do stupid crap.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, .7's gonna need at least what, four? No, three.
Um,
Three optimally.
th- 3, yeah, 3 at best, 4 if like you're really pushing it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it's really something.
But yeah, Mario 1. We'll see how things go. Uh,
Yeah.
I get. All right. I guess we'll wrap it up here then. Looks like we covered everything we needed to. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you wanna follow people on the stream, there are ways to do that.
Mm.
It's true. Let me do this thing while I'm thinking about it
Good. Free
because
real estate.
Twitch, yeah, it is. Twitch has things. Thanks,
Thank you.
Blazeit, for the end command. I guess that is where you can follow me, and then right below that's where you can follow other person.
Yes. Yes.
True. It's also in YouTube description if you're watching on YouTube. Speaking of, if you're watching on YouTube, you should watch on Twitch where these happen live and you can communicate. You know,
Yes.
I think that's all the self promotion I can do, right? I
Uh,
think I've
I
covered my
think so.
bases. Okay. Very good. You want to self promote yourself if you want?
Sure. Go. Like it's already in the shadow, but go check out my Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't promise when I'll be speedrunning or when I'll be live, but I'll be live sometimes. Um,
Sometimes.
sometimes. YouTube. Um, same thing. It's I forgot my. Is that my name? Okay, it's Nebula Space Composer. Not there's no underscore. Good. Okay. Yeah, my YouTube is just Nebula Space Composer. I submit all my
Cool.
runs there. I've been thinking about trying to do some like nice edits and stuff to runs and stuff.
Mm,
Kind of like what Bismuth did to his like to Cosmic's like 1859 grind. I kind of thought about doing something similar to that like when I get dot eight.
mm-hmm.
We'll see though.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to try to test my editing skills with some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most videos in there just gonna be speedrun related stuff. And if I branch out to other games, then cool, I'm gonna be speedrunning other games.
There you go.
I totally forgot about a game that I wanted to speedrun. That's
Ooh.
I just remembered it.
Well, don't
Dang.
keep us waiting.
All right. I want to at least like these might sound unconventional, but I want to speedrun Undertale and Deltarune.
Interesting. Okay.
They're RPGs that thankfully don't have a whole lot of luck. So
Mm,
I don't know, and I just love Toby Fox, so I love
mm,
those games, so might as
I
well.
see.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Those will those will be like when I'm done with Mario though, and that won't be for a little while.
Yeah. It's impossible to fully get rid of the Mario.
Yeah.
I tell you that. All right. Well, I think we're done here. So thanks for watching. Be sure to follow all the stuff mentioned and have a good one. All right. Bye bye now. Bye.